Cashew crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Sane.
What up? What it do? What? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you, and it is a beautiful, glorious Monday morning. Wait,
it's Monday?
That's Tuesday. All right, let me just rewind that, Zach. Let's pretend like we never did that. Welcome in, everybody. Shh, that didn't happen. Just cut that from the podcast. 3, 2, and 1. Wait, where'd the music go? 3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody, welcome in on a beautiful there we go. Welcome in on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Definitely not Monday. What kind of an idiot would say Monday? That doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely glorious out there on a Tuesday. Definitely Tuesday. Not Monday. No, sir. That's what I like to call Tuesdays. It's not Mondays.
It's not Monday, yeah. The other Monday.
Yeah, that's, Monday 2. My name is Anthony Sane, joined by Peter Edmiston.
The name too cold if you just play with it like that, man. I thought you realized by now I don't play by my name.
Oh, that's for sure. You don't. I know that. That's very true.
Hey, where's my boy at, man? What's his name?
Who's
Mac.
I don't know where he is.
Mac.
Oh, Mac?
Yeah.
I don't know where Mac is.
Mac ain't chimed in a minute, bro.
I know. Hope he's okay. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you had a great Monday. It is Tuesday. It is going to be absolutely beautiful weather-wise. It's already nice. It's going to be lower humidity. Sun should be shining. Should be a very nice day to get outside and do some stuff after the tremendous heat of the last week and a half, 2 weeks or so. This is going to be the best day in a while, so get out there and do your thing. We're going to have a good show today. Got a lot to get to. Some huge news off the field, off the courts, off everything. Got big news there. We've also got the NBA lottery. Draft lottery is tonight. We will find out.
Yep.
And for once, the Grizzlies are not in it. It's the first time in a little while the Grizzlies have not had any kind of say in it. They're going to be drafting 17th unless something changes via trade or something to that effect. Otherwise, that's where they're going to be trading, or that's where they're going to be drafting. But there are a lot of things a lot of implications, a lot of discussions. And today, since we have the draft lottery, I thought today would be a good day to introduce everybody and start talking a little bit about some of the draft prospects that we like, some of the prospects that we're into, that kind of thing. Have a few discussions about the draft. So we'll
why not?
Why not? It's exactly right. Why not? That's what I always like to say. So we'll do that coming up on the program. Clayton Collier, Local 24 Zone, Zach Kleiman impersonator, is going to join us at 8:30. We'll talk about his offseason. And what kind of moves the Grizzlies are going to make? Because who better to ask than the guy who looks a little bit like Zach Kleiman?
To no one, except for the guy who with
the guy on clutch points or whatever.
Clutch points.
Clutch points is just outrageous. I
made clutch points this weekend. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't get my face on there, but I got my name on it.
Oh.
I think that's the first time. Yeah.
Doing what? What
About the Grizzlies having 4 players from the last 3 all-rookie teams.
Did they take like a tweet?
Yeah. They just copied the tweet and put it in. And they had a picture of the 4 players. They could have threw me in there somewhere, man.
Clutch Points is a aggregator extraordinaire. They just take other stuff and just kind of
reproduce it with a picture.
Womp it all in there, swirl it around, and bing, bang, boom. There you go. Yep. Something.
But
there.
what are they though? Like, do they have any original content? Or do they just make memes?
No,
they just make memes.
They're an aggregator. That's what we call those. The aggregators are just sites like Bleacher Report, except Bleacher Report does a little bit of original content, but their Twitter account is basically just an aggregator.
But is there an actual website though? Like, is there a website where you can read articles where there's something? Because there's got to be a payoff. You got to have something where you're clicking something. You're supposed to be leading me to do something, right? Or do they just like having Twitter content?
Yeah, I don't.
Let me see. They have to have a website.
I don't think so. I've never seen.
Because they're never linked by their memes or anything. It's just a meme. I don't know. Maybe they just do it for Twitter Cloud. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they probably just do it for Twitter Cloud. I mean, there is a website, but they don't do any reporting. I mean, no.
Well, I made it. That's all I know.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the situation is. And I don't know. I've got all sorts of ad blockers on, so I don't know if there's ads or not on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. Right there. Now, that being said, we'll talk about all of that stuff coming up. We'll talk about the story of Carl Nassib, who is the first active NFL player to come out as gay. There is, I would be quite shocked if he was the only one, but he's the first one to come out, which is a historic thing. He did so in a Instagram video yesterday. We'll talk about the impact of that and what that means going forward. All of that still to come here. And, of course, if you want to join us, you can. 360-8255. That is the number. 901-360-8255. That's how you get to us on the phone lines. And that's also, coincidentally enough, how you get to us on the text lines these days, as a matter of fact. It's just very simple. 360-8255. Anthony saying, how you feeling this morning? How you doing this morning? Are you ready for action?
Trying to get there, man. I've been in a little slump all this weekend.
I was gonna say you still in kind of a funk.
Yeah, I'm coming out of it a little bit. I'm determined to be transparent about the mental health stuff, bro. Like, I ain't playing about it.
Max says, "Here I am" or "Here am I," depending on King James or New International. He says, "I'm out of town for a couple months. Everything falls apart. Is the AM feed messed up? I'm back. Everyone relax." I don't know. I don't know if the AM feed's messed up, but we'll find out.
Can I comment about the AM feed or people who listen to the AM feed?
You can.
Yeah, hit the button that says FM. It's a lot better over there. Welcome to 1999.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, I agree with you. When I'm listening, I listen on the FM feed, but sometimes, some people are in spots where they can't get the, particularly people that are further away.
Can I give another confession? Can I give another revelation on there?
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing called a smartphone where you can just kind of bypass that whole thing and listen on sports56.com or on the TuneIn app.
But let's say they don't have any access to that. Maybe they don't have great data service. Maybe that they're in a tough spot.
Well, you just got to go AM 560.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a reason why we do it. There's still a need for it out there.
I'm just letting people know they have options. I don't want Mac to think that's the only way he can listen to the show is on AM 560.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yes, that is not the only way. That is not the only way.
Mm-hmm.
You're exactly right about that. So there you go. Now, as we continue, if you want to go to we've got a rare entry into the text box that we talk about, which is a text from a listener who wanted to text us early in the morning, who hit us before the show with a text for the show, and a texter who's not given us his name yet or her name, but please go ahead and give us that if you want to.
This is the equivalent of I'm just gonna ask a question and hang up.
Yep,
that's the modern version of that. When you text 647.
Yes, we appreciate that. Mm-hmm. That's right. Go ahead and keep that keep that on there. We also had a texter from during Wolo and Stats who said the Clippers were once called the Paper Clips. They were so bad. Thank you for that. That's all that was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Another texter says, just turned on the show, and you may have already mentioned it, but adding Nate McMillan was a huge plus for the Hawks.
It was.
That was from that was
what, man?
That was from Anthony Sane.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sane texting into the other show.
What else have I said? Let me read and see what else I said. Oh, first time texter. Yeah.
Yeah, that was your first time texter out there. No, I know your number, and
I got my name in here.
Yeah, but I also know your number now. That's one of my great gifts is that I remember numbers extremely well. So anybody's phone number, I can remember it pretty much just looking at it once. I got you locked in. So, I can see. I know where you are. A lot of people are like, man, if I don't have it in my contacts, then I can't call anyone.
I don't even know my number. So
that's what I'm saying. You don't even know your own number. I know your number. And I know Zach's number, and I know my own number, and I know pretty much all my contacts. I know their numbers. Now, why would that come in handy? It very rarely does.
Yeah, I was about to say that gift doesn't like.
The gift was much more useful about 10, 15 years ago. It's significantly less useful now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a carryover from when I was a kid when we had to do that stuff. You remember, Anthony, saying you're old enough to remember that. When you actually had to dial numbers and you couldn't just put someone's name in, you actually had to remember a number.
Or you had a black book, a little black book, or
right, yeah, like a Rolodex or something like that. Yeah.
Remember those like the kind where you would slide like A through Z on the side and hit the button in the middle. And
and you go bing. Yeah, my dad had one of those for work. I played with that thing when I was a kid.
All day long. I thought it was magic.
Bing!
I thought it was magic.
Boo! You remember the old? Now, are you old enough to remember the cable boxes like that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where you'd slide the thing on the top.
Oh yeah.
Like the number, because you can go from channel 2 to channel like 55 and like.
I'm 2 weeks older than you, Peter. Are you assuming that I'm broke or something? Like we didn't have cable when I was a kid? Do you remember like substituting? Like could you all afford cable? Is that what you were saying?
No, I didn't. My neighbor was the one who had it. I didn't have it.
I'm just saying because I'm 2 weeks older than you are, so of course I'm old enough to remember that you remember.
No, but I've talked to friends of mine who don't remember that.
They didn't have.
They didn't have one of those.
I didn't either, but we couldn't afford it. But my friends who did have cable, I do remember them. But we eventually got one of those though. We did. There were people who had it before us, but we did get one of those. The slide.
No. Yeah, because we never got one of those. We skipped that somehow. We went to something else. We went from nothing to the next thing. Whatever
the black box with the red numbers on it.
I guess the black box with the red. Well, it was something before that. I forget what. It was something that was directly connected to the TV. So it was like it wasn't anything like there wasn't a box involved.
Oh yeah, when it was just cable going straight to the TV.
Right, just cable going straight to the TV.
I remember that phase.
Yeah. We went straight to that. Mm. But I remember the neighbor had the thing, and I used to just go. I mean, just annoy everyone constantly because it was. I still want one of those. I want that because that was fun to mess with.
I'm gonna tell you when I felt old, man. This weekend, as far as sports watching, TV watching is concerned, I was over at my used to be next door neighbor's house when I was a kid, watching the Hawks and the 76ers game, and the power went out in their neighborhood for like a good maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep.
Power came back on. It literally took 10 minutes for the TV to come back on. Like the game was almost over by the time it came back on because he had the power on, the Wi-Fi had to cut on, the DirecTV had to cut on, and like all these things had to reboot and firmware updates. I was like, bro, back in the day, if the power went out when the game was on, you cut it back on, you're gonna hear it as soon as you cut it on, and then the picture's gonna start fading in, and you got. Like, give it 15 seconds max and you're back where you were. But, like, today's technology, like a TV ain't even a TV no more. You know what I mean? It's got to connect to motherboards and servers.
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. But also, from yesterday, hold on. For yesterday, he's still a he regardless. Doing John Harden shows. So it does.
Okay. Shy says, what up, fam? What up, Shy? Welcome. Good morning to you.
What it do?
So the other thing the other thing that's different now. You're absolutely right about the TVs. They take forever to warm up. They're not It's weird. It's just it's very difficult to turn on the TV.
TVs have changed.
It's a lot to deal with. Also, what else has changed? Video games. My son is, he's 9, and so he really likes to play video games. But the games now, like, they got a tutorial when you start the game that explains here's how you do this, here's how you do that. They've got these modes that like have infinite lives, or they don't. You can start from wherever. You could like rewind it to start. They're so much easier to get into. Do you remember when we were kids, man? You play a game and like that was it. Like you got nothing. You had to read the manual if you wanted to find out how to play the game. They weren't going to tell you. They're just going to drop you in the middle of the game and you start playing. You just like, hey, figure it out, read the manual, whatever. When you died, you died. That was it. You might get one continue, but you certainly didn't like just, pick right back up where you.
There was such thing as the game being over back in the day.
It was over and you had to start all the way from the beginning, And you might play the same level 50 times in an hour to try to get it right. So I say that because my son has gotten into Mega Man, and the new Mega Man for the Switch is very like kid friendly. Like it's a kind of a remake, and it's very friendly for kids. They have all these different little things that help them to kind of play well and not get too frustrated. But he wanted to go back to old school, so I got old school and put it on there, and within 20 minutes he was like,
"Screw this!
What is this?" Like he's throwing it against like he's throwing things, like he's just like beyond frustrated. I was like, I tried to warn him. I'm like, dude, this is not what you remember. This is not your thing, man. This is different. Yeah. This is a different world. Mm-hmm. We had a different world, man. You had one game. You had to you couldn't like try it out. You just had to buy it. You had to beg your mom or dad, or you had to rent it or something. And hey, if it sucked, too bad. You were stuck with it. So right. You better learn to like it.
Exactly, because you weren't getting many games in the year.
You ain't getting another one. So you better learn to like the Domino's Pizza Noid game that you got for Christmas. Well, guess what? That's gonna be your favorite game for about a month because that's all you got.
Yeah, because Gabe plays Roblox, right? The Roblox phenomenon.
Yeah,
and 9 times out of 10, if I look over and see what he's doing, he's like customizing this guy.
Yeah.
And the other,
they're not even playing the game.
Right.
It's like a fashion deal. Yeah.
Right. And the other 1 out of 10, he's somewhere dancing with a bunch of other kids. I'm like, okay, what is this game? Like, what is it? Like, I don't understand what it is. He's like walking around. And he says stuff like, oh, I'm fighting with the police. I'm like, what is this? Like this ain't The Sims. Like I thought it was something kind of like The Sims or something. I'm like, no, I have no clue what Roblox is, because every time I look at it with Gabe, he's like putting like a Supreme shirt on, or like I'm like I don't get it. Like I have no clue.
Supreme shirt for the Cyber Supreme shirt.
Yeah. And Gabe's character is like super dark skinned with dreads. I'm like, Gabe, is this something we need to talk about? Like, do you feel bad about how he looks? Like he makes himself look totally different than how he looks in real life. So I'm like, okay, I don't get it. I don't get the game at all. But
it's not even a game that I can tell. It's like just a whole thing. It's just
but he wants money for it. He wants real
money.
It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. He wants real money to like buy stuff. I'm like, son, like I don't understand what the purpose of this is. Like, what do you? But he's addicted to it. Like he's on it all day. He can sit on it all day long. Like when he was trying to get his yellow belt, his orange belt for Taekwondo, had to just like make Gabe not be on his iPad, because like, son, you gotta study your stuff. Like you gotta learn your techniques. Like you gotta do more than just sit here and play Roblox. Like it's wild. I don't get it though. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't understand why kids liked it, because the graphics aren't good. It's a bunch of little block men walking around with like. I don't get it at all. But shout out to whoever came up with it, because they're making the killing.
So there you go. It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely crazy. All right. So when we come back, we're going to talk a bit about some of the history that was made. We'll talk about the draft lottery coming up. We will talk about what happens next, the latest in the NCAA situation, and a whole lot more on a busy Tuesday right here. Reminder: Clayton Collier's coming up. At 8:30, we'll talk to him about a lot of things that are going on. We'll do all that when we continue. Live and local, 360-8255. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hey, we understand. With everything that's happening, with all the new regulations, maybe you're not ready to come and hang out at Sweetgrass to catch a ball game. We want you to, we really do. And we're open for you to do just that. But we're also offering the next best thing, the new Sweetgrass Tailgate Party Packs. Whether it's wings, house-made dips, sliders, or other Sweetgrass tasty treats, all you have to do is call us or go to sweetgrassmemphis.com to order just what you're dreaming of when you're dreaming of watching sports and enjoying some sweet, sweet Sweetgrass.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claim specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got a couple of accidents on the roadways here. Over in West Memphis, Arkansas, left lane is blocked on I-55 South near the Bridgeport exit. That's right before the bridge. That's I-55 South near the Bridgeport exit. And also we work in an injury crash on Goodletch Street between American Way and Knight Arnold. Knight Arnold and Cottonwood as well. That's Goodletch Street between American Way and Knight Arnold at Cottonwood. We work in a crash there. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
There was a place in East St. Louis.
Okay. All right.
It was in 1959.
See you, Zach.
There we go. You can never go wrong on Soft Rock Tuesday with the patron saint of Soft Rock Tuesday.
Showing them what to say. Speed it up and see if it sounds like Anita Baker.
There's no question it does. Pitch it up slightly, and it's going to be Anita. 100%. They're all the same. Kenny Loggins pitch him down, and he sounds like Toto. So it's incredible.
Does he really?
Welcome back. No, I don't know. It's sounds like Pooh Shiesty if you pitch him up.
Shout out to Pooh Shiesty, man. We got free Pooh Shiesty too, bro.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Hashtag free Pooh Shiesty.
Real talk, man. Trying to set my man up, man.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Our number one continues here at 7:27 here on in the Family Leisure Studios. So head over and check out Family Leisure Studios for all the things that are going on. Big day yesterday in the NFL as defensive end of the or the Las Vegas Raiders. Man, the Raiders, I just can't get up.
Yeah, I can't do the Las Vegas thing. I'm sorry.
Las Vegas Raiders is not that does not roll off the tongue.
They still the Oakland Raiders to me, so.
Yeah, well, the L.A. Raiders, Oakland Raiders,
Yeah,
back to L.A., back to Oakland, and then to Las Vegas. I don't know. The nomadic Raiders. Defensive end Carl Nassib yesterday became the first active NFL player to announce that he is gay. He said on Instagram, I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. He also said he's donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project, which is a suicide prevention organization for LGBTQ youth, and a very important cause because so many LGBTQ youth have the likelihood of suicide or suicide attempts is so much higher within the gay community for some really tragic reasons, and so it's very important to donate and to help in that way, and he's doing that. In addition to the fact that he's become the first active NFL player to announce that he is gay, he becomes the first NFL player to do so. But the NBA, for example, Jason Collins was the first openly gay player back in 2014. So 7 years ago, Jason Collins came out, and it's there's a lot of pressure, I would imagine, when you're keeping something like that to yourself. It's very difficult for individuals to come out. They should come out on their own terms, however they feel like doing it. I'm glad for him that he was able to do that. I think the reaction has been, frankly, I'm happy to see it, and I think it's been illustrative of where we are as a society, saying that we've come a long way in 2021. At least among peers and folks, I don't see a lot of, anybody doing anything other than being very supportive for Carl Nassib, and I think that's pretty fantastic. So I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that he can hopefully he can just live his life now and be himself.
Yeah, I like the news as well. I wish more guys would just come out, man. Because like Nassib did, he came out and he donated to the organization, the Trevor Project. There are young people who live in fear to share their sexual preference, and it shouldn't be that way. I think more athletes should, like me personally, I get excited to see African American athletes stand up for things that they believe in. You know what I mean? So. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are tons of young people who are waiting for more of their heroes, so to speak, to come out, and so they won't feel as alone as they feel. You know what I mean? Because he's not the only one. He's not. No. There are more in the NBA. No. Just imagine looking at a group of 450 people and assuming no one in that group is gay. That's what we're saying about the NBA.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And an even bigger number for the NFL. So,
Yeah, statistically, you're talking 10% of the population, somewhere in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So, that would be 45 of those 450. That's 3 rosters basically worth.
Right.
And then in the NFL, you have even more. But you can understand the pressures of being in a sport where it's so many of the stereotypes that people hold against gay people would be counteracting traditional quote unquote football things.
Right.
It's all very stupid, but that's what people have done for years and years and years, and created an environment that's really antagonistic towards those folks. And as we've talked about before, man, representation matters.
Oh yeah.
And that includes racial representation. That includes gender representation. ethnic representation and also representation of sexuality. I think that we've talked about the world is changing very quickly with regard to acceptance and openness, and I think that's great. It needs to continue to change even more. But to see this in sports, and especially a quote unquote man's man sport, and to have him having played it for a while and been successful, made it to the NFL, all these ridiculous things about like, oh, I can't believe you got to share a locker room. Oh, I got to do all this. Stop all that stuff, man. They
don't want you, fam. You good?
Yeah.
I promise.
That's just let people live their life, man. Just let people do their thing.
Because they're not stopping you from doing nothing, and you're
Exactly,
definitely not going to stop them from doing anything. So,
and I'm gonna say this because sometimes I have to speak on behalf of the white delegation, and the white delegation we've done some. I mean, it's been quite a mixed bag of the white delegation. We've done a lot of good stuff, and we've done a lot of not so good stuff. So I'll speak on behalf of the heterosexual delegation here too. We got to get our house in order when it comes to, if we're worried about gay people getting married, we're worried about gay people adopting kids, worried about gay people doing all this. We got to get our own house in order. You know what I mean? Sure. Like we got divorce rates are higher than ever. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. And so if gay people want to give it a shot,
hey, why not?
Let them go for it, guys. I wish you luck. And I would suspect that because it's been so difficult, they probably will do a better job of being, of all the marriage-related stuff and all the things that have happened in our situations. They'll probably have some stuff that we can learn. So it's not easy. It's not easy out there, and I wish they would. I wish them all the success in the world, and I hope people will stop putting stuff in their way. Adopting kids, man. Listen, do you realize how many kids we got on this world that don't have any remotely decent parental figure in their life?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so sad, and we're turning away a gay couple, like who are happy and well-adjusted and want to care for kids, and we're turning them away.
What was to
let the kids just do like nothing? To like what are we like? What is? That breaks my heart, man. That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
These kids are right there, just
you'll have people who will point out certain incidents where a kid was molested by people they were two men they were adopted by, whatever. But there's going to be cases of there are heterosexual cases of stuff like that too. You know what I mean? So vastly
more. Yeah, I mean, it's not even. What are you talking about? That's not even a
perversion can be in any situation, man. You know what I mean? So it's we're just in a time right now, man, where the old and the past and the present are colliding with each other, and there's a lot of junk that's going to happen because of it. You know what I mean? And that's, like you said, racially, gender related, sexually, everything. There's a huge collision between the past and the present and this meeting now. But I'm just glad that people are coming forward. It's a little frustrating to me because I wish more people would come forward because it's more than just one. You know what I mean? It's more than one guy in the NFL that's gay. There's more than one NBA player. There are star level players, not just a Jason Collins. That there are star level players who are gay as well. And I just wish more people would come forward because nobody should live in fear of what they decide to do. Because in the whole scheme of things, it's really not that big of a deal, man. Like that's how you choose to live your life. And no one should live in fear because of other people's opinion.
I mean, it's not even a choice. Like that's just who you are. Like that's your body. That's what you are. I mean, that's what you are. Like that's it. And there's no. It would be like asking somebody who's Asian not to be Asian. Like somebody who's white not to be white. Black, like it's your.
I disagree with you there, but that's neither here nor there. But in everything in life you do, you still make choices. So.
Yeah, but if you're who you're attracted to is not a choice. It's not a choice you can make.
It's not really here nor there.
So are you?
But I want to say I'm not going to say I agree with you just to make the show keep going. But I do believe that regardless of how you're born, you still make because I've had desire to I'll leave that alone. But yeah, but shout out to the people who are coming out because they need to. Like I just wish more people would, for sure.
I mean, listen, man, your brain is. I think the reason I bring this up is because it's very important for people, discrimination-wise. Mm-hmm. Some people justify their discrimination against gay people by saying that it's a choice. You wouldn't, and they differentiate between racial discrimination and sexual discrimination because of that. And I don't think that's fair because I mean, there's tons of examples in nature of animals, not humans, that have homosexual tendencies, that are gay or that are bi, that have all kinds of different things going on. So humans are not unique in that department, but that's the way it is. Mm-hmm. So, when you're asking someone to make a choice of either deny who they are internally, like, here's what I really want to do, but I'm going to choose not to do that
to fit in,
or like that's not fair to that person. That creates that's exactly the reason why he donated to the Trevor Project, because the suicide rates are so high because people feel so they have all this self-loathing, and they have they're taught by these people and a lot of religious stuff and everything else of like that they're bad or that they're evil or that they're so. It's awful. It's just awful for these people, man, and they're just trying to be who they are, and that is a choice that no one should have to make.
Right.
If that's what your heart's telling you, follow your heart, and you're okay, and it's okay that you were created that way. That's okay.
Just to clarify what I was saying, as far as like being born gay and not being born gay, I do believe that people are born gay, but everyone who's homosexual wasn't. I don't think everyone was born that way. Some people is because of traumatic events, things have happened to them, molestation, rape, and that led to that lifestyle. But like you said, there are people who are born gay. But I'm just clarifying where I'm coming from this, because some people that's something that is, that's another different conversation. But
well, listen, I like I said, we can talk about. There's lots of different things that can come up on that. We talked about it before when it came to the situation in Michigan State. It's not. I object to bringing up molestation, stuff like that when you bring up homosexuality. 'Cause that's not any more relevant than it would be for heterosexuality, because you have tons and tons and tons, and we've talked about how 1 in 3 young girls in this country, 1 in 5 young boys have been, had some kind of sexual assault attempted on them as a child. It is by no means exclusive to these communities. And,
I'm not saying that, Peter. This is what I'm saying. There are countless stories of people who, as young people, they didn't know what they were, and someone did something to them, and the forced pleasure they got from that experience shaped their thought process, and that's what that's what they've chose to do. Since
I don't think that's true. I don't think that.
There are people who said it. Peter, how can you say that this never happened to you? Like, dude, you're a smart dude, Peter, but to act like you can't say that if something didn't happen, it didn't happen to you, bro.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
like, come on, man.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I want to see the.
I don't believe everyone that is gay was born gay, Peter. Like that's just not true. That's not true at all. There are people who have had traumatic experiences happen to them at a very young age, and that led to them becoming gay. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think you would know that, though. Like, how would you know if it's a young age? How would you know that?
Because people are telling their story, Peter. What are you saying?
No, but I'm saying if
all right, Peter, move on, because there's no way I'm going to come out of this looking fine. So I'll leave it alone, but I'll let you.
I'm just confused by that. I'm confused by that.
So you think that everyone that lives homosexual lifestyle was born that way?
I don't know. I don't understand why someone would choose to live that lifestyle.
Have you ever been molested, raped, anything like that, Peter?
What I'm saying that I don't think that's that you're sort
Peter,
of
there are countless stories of people who said that they didn't even know what sex was until they got raped.
That's
so, you know what I mean? Like that's real, bro. Like that's a real thing. Like
you're not understanding what I'm saying. What
are you
saying?
saying?
Is I I don't link that to being homosexual. People have gone through all sorts of horrible, traumatic things. That does not necessarily make them a homosexual or heterosexual, for that matter. In your example, someone could be homosexual and then they are pushed to heterosexuality by a traumatic experience. I don't think that's true. I think that I think your brain is your brain. Like it's what it is. And,
I don't particularly agree.
Horrible things happen. Horrible things happen to people of all, sexual orientation.
Because I know people who are friends of mine who they had stuff happen to them as kids. They lived a homosexual lifestyle and they stopped living a homosexual lifestyle.
Like I said, there's the
world is too big to put everything in one box, bro. Like there are several boxes you can check off. Like
okay, listen, we'll have to table that for a different time because point being,
that's not even what like I said a while ago. That's neither here nor there. Like I just wish people who, regardless of their sexual orientation, would come out because there are people who are waiting on them to come out, and that's on all sports. Like I wish more.
But I'm not gonna judge someone for not doing it because there's an awful lot of reasons why you wouldn't.
Well, in 2021, it shouldn't be. This is my point.
But there are. I mean, there are. He's going to face a tremendous amount of discrimination. He's going to face a tremendous amount of hate.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to face a tremendous amount of problems.
That's anything.
Significant issue.
Yeah, that's what anything.
No, but that's a major. No. That's not anything. That's a huge one for a lot of people.
Peter, you're trying to act like I'm downplaying what he's doing. I'm not saying that at all. Like what I'm saying is more people should come out because if you're I think you're being selfish as hell if you're living that lifestyle. Kids.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I totally disagree with that.
How do you?
I think that is completely wrong. I think that's totally unfair to them.
Who's like? It's not cool to shame anybody who's homosexual in 2021. So what?
But that's like saying that's like saying that like it's not cool to be racist. But there's tons of racists and people who and as we've talked about on this show, people who are a different race than the majority deal with racism on a daily basis, and it's very difficult to do. It's the same thing is true of homosexuality. On a daily basis.
Do you see people being afraid to be black? Like I'm not leaving out the house because I'm not going to come out and talk about being black because I'm afraid something going to happen to me.
I mean, you can't make a direct comparison because you can't.
But you're making direct comparisons.
No, I'm saying in that particular example, you can't. What you're just saying, you couldn't choose to live a closeted black lifestyle.
Well, Peter, I'll say this.
You are black.
Shout out
unless you covered up your. I mean, if you had some kind of way to cover up your entire skin.
Shout out to Carl to see.
I guess you could.
And I hope that more homosexuals
but
come out.
But I'm not going to tell somebody they're selfish because they're not going to.
To me, it is, and I'll say that they're selfish to me because, bro, you're not. Like no one's silly to the point where they think that in the professional sports
that would be like me saying that's like me telling like black people how to live their life. I can't because I'm not black. Are you gay? You're not gay.
No,
so why would you tell people? Why would you tell people how to live their lives?
Because people need them to come out.
I'm not going to tell somebody how to live their life. I'm not going to tell them to deal with that level of difficulty and discrimination. I can't tell them that.
Where is it? Where is the discrimination this morning towards Carl Nassib?
Okay, well, let's look up. Why don't you look up all the discrimination towards gay people?
Why don't you look up all the discrimination towards black people, bro? Why don't you check the text box
That's my point, exactly.
But I'm saying, bro, like,
and I'm not telling somebody how to, I'm not telling you, if I'm not a member of that community, but if I'm not a member of that community, I'm not telling them how to live their life. I'm not going to do that.
All right.
I can't do that.
But if they do come out, I salute you guys. Salute.
Exactly. I'll support them. I support anyone who chooses to make that decision, but I'm not going to judge you if you don't. That's their decision. It's a very difficult one, and I'm not going to judge them, but I am there to be supportive if and when they do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we all owe it to them to do that. So
for sure,
that's something we can all agree on.
Right, yeah, for sure.
When we come back, we'll talk about the lottery. We'll start getting into the
Greatest Tiger Man on your ass right now too, bro. Just let you know.
I think you know how I feel about that. I think you know how that's going to make me feel. So I think if you see the other issues Grizz Tiger Man was on my ass about, I think you'll
exactly
you'll understand why I feel pretty good about that.
But no, man, like I'm one of the more tolerant people in the world. Like I let people do their thing, man. But it's like, you know, I'm gonna tell the honest truth about what I think about stuff. You know what I mean? Like I just wish more people would come out, bro. Like because it's we're in a time now where Like, people ain't going for the dumb stuff, bro. Like, if you're not being tolerant of people, there are people who will join beside you and support you. This isn't 1955. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We got you. We got you, homie. You ain't by yourself, homie.
Hey, yeah.
That's my thing, bro. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's great. I hope. Yes. I listen. Hey, I'm with you 100%.
Like my boy Mayor Mike. Mike posted on Twitter that he's literally mailing stuff to that racist dude. Like, he bought him gifts, Black Lives Matter gifts, and he's mailing them to him. Like, that's where we at, man. It's 2021. Like, you're not gonna be an idiot in peace in 2021, bro. Like, and you're not gonna be by yourself for sure. People are gonna ride with right. Of course, there's gonna be idiots everywhere, man. But you ain't by yourself, man, for sure. Anything you talk about, you're gonna have stupid people saying what they gotta say. But man, we got you, bro.
We got you. There you go. You are supported. That's for sure. When we come back, we'll get into the lottery. Lots to get to there. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. And yes, I'm an awful golfer, but I'm often called Sheldon because I sell homes and work with buyers and I get the job done. I recently took my car in for repairs and they wanted me to pay a fee for a diagnosis just to determine what was wrong. And then they could tell me what the cost was. And while I certainly appreciate a cost of doing business, I don't do it that way. When somebody calls me about selling their home, I do my research and meet with them to give them an idea about pricing and what they might do to prepare and present their home in the best possible light to make the most money. If you or someone you know is thinking of selling, call or email me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. You might even hear your home advertised here on the radio. That's Shell Dunn at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now or write it down for later or for a friend. Thank you.
When's the last time you played a Memphis City golf course? You will love what you see. I promise. If you have not played Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, or Pine Hill lately, or the links at Whitehaven, you are in for a treat. With summer here, the grass has popped, the conditions are terrific, and this year Memphis City Golf is really concentrating on competition. If you love amateur competition, there will be a Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, and Pine Hill Championship, all leading up to the Pub Links and the Hillman Robin. And ladies, you've got amateur championships too. And if you're a junior, the place to be is the Links at Whitehaven. There will be camps all summer long. Go to the website, moms and dads, if you would like to enter your child to learn from the pros how to play golf. And wait till you see the renovation at Overton Park. And soon there will be a redo at Pine Hill. Memphis City Golf, a sporting tradition for over 100 years.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear it's time to trade up to a Kia at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. What you got for me?
We got it all for you, Randy, at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah. 2021 Kia Forte, $129 a month. 2021 Kia Soul, $137 a month. Both at $39.79 due at signing. And built in America, 2021 Kia K5, $169 per month, only $29.99 due at signing, and all 36-month lease.
Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with the leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, or gosh, you could be from anywhere, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah. 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month lease, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 3716, MSRP 20,930, Soul M71 44,946, MSRP 20,515, K5 MGO 21,674, MSRP 26,170, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
For the imposition, I think I got got the strength to carry on, yeah. I need a drink and a quick decision. Now it's up to me. What will be? She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. I better learn how to face it. She's gone. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. She's gone. And she's gone.
She gone. Oh, Come on. She's gone.
Look in the mirror, man.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah. Hour number one.
Sometimes I feel like I need to just kind of smooth talk everybody a little bit.
Yeah. Man, shout out to Mayor Mike, though, bro, for real, though. Hope he don't get in trouble with it, bro, because, that's...
Yeah, there's some stuff going on that's pretty...
Yeah,
he said he was going to do it.
Let's push the bar right there.
He said he was going to do it.
Get the new address out there and everything.
He said he was going to do it. So,
hey, you show it, man, your license trying to show out, man. That's on you, bro, what happened after that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
No.
2021, you don't do nothing like that, man. Like, why would you show that, man, then let him take a picture of you? You know he's finna get you.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
That's what
that's
you
what I'm
get.
saying. That's just foolishness.
Let me look this dude up on Facebook.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Man, that's
so it is. We've got the lottery, ladies and gentlemen, and for the first time in a while, the Grizzlies are not part of it. They will draft 17th, as we said, unless there's some kind of weird trade or some kind of something that happens. If you look as things stand right now, Houston is projected to have the number one pick. But again, remember that because the lottery odds have changed, it really doesn't matter between 1, 2, and 3. They all have the same percentage of getting the number one overall pick, which is 14%. Houston, Detroit, Orlando each have a 14% chance of getting the number one overall pick. Oklahoma City and Cleveland each have an 11.5% chance of getting the number one overall pick. Then Minnesota, Toronto, Chicago, Golden State, because Golden State will have Minnesota's pick. Orlando has Chicago's pick. Can you believe that? In that trade, the Wendell Carter Jr. and all that, and they traded Vucevic. Orlando ends up with what could be the 8th pick in the draft.
Crazy. The Bulls is, man, they need to just go ahead and just give us Zach LaVine. Quit playing, man. Might as well. They dumb. And they, when they made that trade, like, people were actually praising them because, they got, you did what you had to do to get Vucevic. I'm like, all right. We'll revisit this on lottery night.
Well,
and here we are.
If Chicago jumps up, that pick is protected. But as it stands right now, that pick is going to go to the Orlando Magic, and oh boy, is that it's 1 through 4 protected. So if they jump up to the top 4, then they get to keep the pick. They have a 20% chance of doing just that. But if they don't, then there's an 80% chance that thing ends up being a potentially extremely good pick.
God, dog.
I know. They could get the 8th, 9th, 10th pick, something like that. Incredible. So we're going to talk about when we come back. We're going to do some simming. We're going to see what the lottery gods have to say.
All right.
And also, it's going to be our first time to really talk about some of these players more closely. Some of the top dudes, and get some thoughts on some of these players that are out there, because we've sort of talked around them, and we'll also talk about it from a Grizzly perspective, because there is a possibility certainly that the Grizzlies might they have some ammunition to jump up if they want to.
They can move up a little bit,
so they can move up if they desire to. They could probably do it. So there you go. We'll do all that when we continue here live and local. Hour number 1 in the books on a beautiful Tuesday morning from the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new, latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
With 24/7 customer service and guaranteed repairs, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this stressful meditation guide.
Take a deep breath. Focus on all the things you have to do. Did someone make the vet appointment yet? You don't know? That feels like something you should know.
Switch to Progressive today.
You are a mess.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Repairs through Progressive Network Shops guaranteed for as long as you own or lease your car.
Hey Mid-South, we're ready to wow you at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike with the Enjoy Your Summer in Style sales event. And there's no better road trip than in a new ride. Get 40 MPG Highway with 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $14,735 or $189 a month. Need a little extra room? 7-passenger 2020 Outlander with Tri-Zone Climate Control, $349 a month. Plus 2022 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $25,975 or $299 a month. All powered by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, G4 stock number MHF 06284, MSRP 17735, Outlander NZO 11927, MSRP 30540, Cross NZ 004494, MSRP 27725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/21. Dealer stock only.
Veterans face treacherous situations filled with peril while serving our country. Many veterans come home physically injured, suffering from PTSD, have traumatic brain injuries, or other ailments. At an unprecedented time in history, our most vulnerable veterans are isolated at hospitals and their homes. Imagine having to shelter in place forever. Over the past year, Help Heal Veterans has sent nearly 500,000 therapy kits to isolated veterans and active military. Help Heal Veterans, with the support of citizens like you, creates, manufactures, and distributes therapeutic art and crafts projects for our veterans and military, making things better together. Join us in supporting an isolated or sick veteran and help them through this desperate time. To learn more, visit healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans, a not-for-profit organization that has been helping veterans for 50 years. healvets.org.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
Still working an accident on I-55 South that's near Bridgeport exit. That's I-55 near the Bridgeport exit. The left lane is blocked. Also, we're still working the injury crash on Goodley Street between American Way and 9th Arnold at Cottonwood. That's Goodley Street between American Way and 9th Arnold at Cottonwood. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Beautiful Tuesday morning. High may not even get to 80 today. This is what they like to call Chamber of Commerce weather.
Why they call it
that you? Because the Chamber of Commerce loves it. The businesses in the area love it. It's what you do to get out and show people your community. Today's the day. Oh, you want to live in Memphis? Come on, live in. This is a great day. This is exactly what the weather's like during June most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they move here and sucker.
Yeah. Right.
Ha ha.
It's
actually 150 degrees. It's actually 150 degrees all the time. And you basically walk outside and you turn into a puddle of sweat. Ha! Too bad. You signed the contract. You're here. That's how all of us got suckered in at one point. So it is hour number 2, as we mentioned, here in the Family Leisure Studios, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Go check them out. They are terrific, and it's the time to enjoy the outside. If you're ever going to enjoy the outside, today is the day to do it. My goodness. Man, if you got a play gym, you got outdoor furniture, you just kick back, relax, and enjoy it, because it is absolutely glorious. Glorious outside. Go and check it out. As we mentioned, coming up in this hour, we're going to talk to Clayton Collier of Local 24. But as promised, Anthony Sane, and you can text us, by the way, at the 360-8255. As promised, it's time to talk a little bit about the draft lottery. The draft lottery is tonight. Tonight in just 11 hours. And, in fact, according to our friends at Tankathon, 11 hours, 25 minutes, and 50 seconds away from the draft lottery. I
love Tankathon. I love everything about Tankathon.
I know, man. Once you start clicking on it, then it's just
yep. It's such a simple website, too, man. No analysis, just...
Yeah, just click and see what happens. Click, right. See what happens. Click, see what happens. Click, see what happens. Click, see what happens. Click, 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 click. Fantastic. Love it. So I'm in favor of all of that. All right, so in this draft, everyone has kind of come to the determination that Cade Cunningham is the consensus number one pick. Is that how you feel about it as well?
Yeah. I'm a big Jalen Green guy too, but I do like Cade Cunningham's probably the best player in the draft. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being Jalen Green. That's just where I sit with it.
I don't think he's going to be the number one pick. I think Cade Cunningham's definitely the number one pick.
I didn't say that. Did I say that at all?
I'm just saying I think Cade Cunningham's the number one pick. That's all. I think Jalen Green could turn into the best player. There's definitely a universe where that happens.
Pick a bust in the top 4. Suggs.
I'm not sure Suggs is going to be a top 4 guy, but when it's all said and done. I don't see bust at all for Suggs. I see Jalen Green. Same guy. Both guys, I think, I think he's got the biggest – he's got huge star potential, but I think he's also got, to the extent that anyone's got bust potential, I don't think there's too many guys that have bust potential.
Yeah.
But to the extent that anyone does, I think he.
And when I say bust, I mean go ahead. This is another subject.
Well, I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, clarify if you want what you mean.
What's your definition of a bust?
I mean, to me, a bust is like a guy that like you just can't. I mean, I guess there's a sliding scale based on where they're drafted. I mean, you have to. There's a little more expectation the higher you're drafted. But, I mean, essentially if you dramatically underperform your draft slot to the point where you can't finish out your rookie scale contract, where you're dumped or forgotten about the rookie scale contract, you're a bust. As a first-round draft pick.
I think it's more based on
you could be like there are guys that are well below expectation but aren't busts.
Right.
Guys that are they're fine. Like that's okay. Just not like they didn't turn like Michael Carter Williams. He's like he from going from like rookie of the year to he's not a bust because he did well at the beginning, but he's also a guy that ultimately hasn't really performed up to what you might expect from him, especially with the early part of his career.
I think expectation is the biggest modifier. Like, the draft position. Like, to me, Hasheem Thabeet wasn't a bust because like nobody expected him to be anything.
Oh, he's see, that's right.
Based
he's
on
a
my
massive
definition.
bust. Because
how though? Because nobody's oh man, Hasheem Thabeet's gonna kill in the NBA. Like, who said that?
The Grizzlies, because they drafted him second. Like that's that's.
But it was also a consensus. Like, what the hell are the Grizzlies doing? You know what I mean?
No, the other part of the bust, the other part of the bust though is the opportunity cost of what could you have taken, as opposed to that player. Like if the Grizzlies literally took anyone else in that draft, it would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he's the biggest bust maybe in history because the
I don't
opportunity
agree
cost
with
for
that.
him.
That's not a pro Grizzly thing. Like that's never been my definition of what a bust is. Because I think the teams who just made awful picks. A bust to me is a guy who came in with super high expectations and he turned out to be nothing. Like, that's a bust to me. Like, I don't think just because somebody picked you number 2 and you did exactly what people thought you would do, I don't think that's a bust. Like some teams,
I think you go back and
picks. Like,
you go back and look though. You go back and look at what people said about Hasheem Thabeet. There are a lot of people who were really high on him. Now, there are.
I just remember being clown for taking him. That's all I remember.
But there's a lot of people who were very high on Hasheem Thabeet because of his size and all that stuff. Like he's super big, super tall, etc. Now, I wasn't one of them. You weren't either. But some people were. In terms of bust, like Anthony Bennett, to me is like. I mean, that the number 1 overall pick who literally cannot even.
That dude's a bust to me because people really thought he was going to be good. Like, he was kind of surprised to be taken number 1, but no one thought he'd be trash. Because there were people like, okay, the Grizzlies just drafted a project at number 2. Why? Like, that, I remember that being the consensus about Hasheem Thabeet. Like, that dude's not ready. Like, he ain't number 2 ready.
My buddy Paul texts in on my personal text line and says, a bust is every Grizzlies draft pick between Mike Conley and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Nah, because there's...
Not too far off, but Xavier Henry? Like, what about Xavier Henry? Come on.
I don't agree with none of that. Like, all those guys got picked like 20, 21. Like, nah, that's not a bust.
Xavier Henry was a lottery pick.
Still, but
was the number 2 overall pick.
Nah, I don't. That's just not my definition of what a bust is, bro. Like, if you draft Jalen Green, he ain't good. Like, that's a bust to me. Like
anybody, I'm just going to disagree. Anybody that you draft in the lottery that can't perform at all is a bust. That's because the opportunity cost. Because the opportunity cost of that pick is huge. Like if you miss on that pick, chances are there's somebody else.
No, I don't agree with that. That goes back against what I just said. Like I don't. Sometimes teams just take a stupid pick, bro. Like that don't mean that. I don't think that's a bust to me, bro. Like it don't matter, but whatever.
Yeah. Well,
let's get to the simulate. Let's go.
I think we're. It's a semantic discussion because is the player a bust? I don't know, but is the pick a bust? Yes. How about that?
Because if
you show what you wasted your pick, so you can call that a bust or whatever if you want. The player, Adam Morrison, my buddy Will texts in. Adam Morrison, good example, number 3 overall pick.
Yep. Plus,
did anyone expect him to be great?
Yeah, they did.
I don't know.
They did.
I mean, I don't know. I was always pretty skeptical about Adam Morrison, but. He's certainly a bust.
What's the other boy? Big time bust. Another white American basketball player.
Jimmer.
They thought he'd be awesome. Yeah. Dude couldn't play at all.
Jimmer.
That's a bust.
I was sad that he couldn't make it to the NBA.
Yeah, me too.
I was not sad.
He was reincarnated as Tyler Hero.
No. Jimmer.
Like if some
I don't have a lot of nice things to say about Jimmer Fredette, so
It's hard for me to call a reach a bust though, bro. Like if a team reaches and takes a guy who's really not supposed to be there that early, I don't really call those guys busts.
Let me think about that. Let me think about that phrase for a second. It's hard for me to call a reach a bust. Sounds like a rap. I like that.
Oh yeah, it sounds like bars then. Let's get to simulating, man. Let's go. This is what Tankathon's made for, man. Let's go.
Talk about reaching and busting. Anyway,
it's one of my favorite pastimes.
just thinking about that.
If I could just reach and bust, it'd be all so simple. Like forget the middleman stuff. Who needs a third party if you could just?
As my man Ray Parker Jr. once said, "Bustin' makes me feel good." All right. So here is let's do a little quick sim here.
You go first.
Beep, 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 beep. The Cleveland Cavaliers have jumped up and are taking Cade Cunningham.
You know what? That's what I said. I said Cleveland gonna win this lottery tonight. Watch. Let me see what I get. So you're first. You writing these down, Zach? We're gonna get some consensus going over here. Hold this on me.
It's on you.
I've got The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they jumped up 5 spots.
Yeah. They need to because if not, the Warriors are going to get that pick.
Oh yeah,
so
sure.
That's a huge jump for them. Big time night for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Let's do it 5 times a piece.
So who is it? Cade for you, Shane? Who is it?
It's always
gonna be Cade.
Okay.
Minnesota got the. It was Cleveland, Peter, Minnesota, me.
Yep.
Do it a few more times, bro.
What? Let me
also keep track of how many times the Rockets fall out of the top 4, because if they fall out of the top 4, Oklahoma City gets that pick, and so Oklahoma City could have 2 top 5 picks.
Yep.
Like in my mock draft, Oklahoma City takes both Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga, which would be that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild right there. OKC could be pretty wild right there. So and OKC of course could jump up to get that number 1 pick too. So and Oklahoma.
Well, you know what I'm about to say.
Is an Oklahoma State guy. So
you know what I'm about to say. The league's not gonna let that happen.
Oh God, no!
The league's not gonna let that happen. The league's gonna take care of Houston, man. Don't get it twisted.
All right, here we go. My second lottery pick is Oklahoma City, just as we said.
All right.
It's okay. Oh my God! OKC jumped up and then Houston dropping all the way down. OKC ends up with 1 and 5, and they get Cade Cunningham and Jonathan Kuminga.
That's nasty.
This could be good Lord. This could be a hell of a night for Oklahoma City. Holy Lord!
All right. Well, in my last one, Houston stayed at 4. So let's see what I get this time. All right, I've got Detroit winning, staying in there. They moved up a spot. Houston is out, and Oklahoma City has 5 and 6.
Oh,
so they took Kuminga and Scotty Barnes.
Oh man. Okay.
Yep,
so
Houston's out. Yeah, that would be sweet too, man. Anything that has Houston going out could just be crazy for the Thunder.
Here's my third is Detroit jumping up again 1 spot. Houston keeps their pick this time at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And one other note, New Orleans jumps up to number 2 to take Evan Mobley.
Okay.
I'm not sure they would take Evan Mobley at that point, but we
Just
don't need
somebody else to be in the way.
We don't need those nasty Pelicans to jump up there. That's not what we need at all.
No.
All right.
It's on me?
Give me your third. Yep, it's on you.
I got Detroit again, moving up 1. The Thunder moving up 2 to number 2 and getting 5 because the Houston Rockets fell out. So they would have Evan Mobley and Kuminga.
Man.
That's winning.
I've got my fourth one, Cleveland again, and Houston drops out again. 5 and 7 for Oklahoma City this time. The Raptors jumped up to number 2 to take Evan Mobley in my picks, and the Kings jumped up to take Jalen Green.
Man, hold on, let me see. This is my fourth one. Cleveland going number 1.
Okay.
Houston dropping to 3, but not out, and the Thunder dropping to 6, falling all the way down to 6.
Okay.
So, yeah.
My last one is this Detroit for me. Houston drops out again.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hornets jumped up to take Evan Mobley.
Hornets were where at first?
11.
Oh, that's the jump. That's the jump.
They jumped up 9 spots.
All right, my last one. Orlando. Shades of Penny Hardaway and Shaq. Them go up to 1. Houston drops down 1 to 2. The Thunder drop down 2 to 6.
Okay.
Yep, and there it is.
So So Zach, what's our totals?
So far,
go to the tote board.
So far, Peter, you had the Cavs twice as number 1, and Detroit twice for number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Saying you had Detroit twice for number 1 as well.
So how many?
Detroit
totals?
is our consensus. 4 of the 10
Mm-hmm.
between the two of us were Detroit.
Shout out to our boy Omari Sankofa. We gotta get Omari on the show tomorrow to see.
Absolutely,
you got to get Omari.
Absolutely,
yep.
We'll get him to talk about this. But also, all right. So that exercise was interesting because Houston. How often did Houston drop out? Houston dropped out like
a few times,
7 or 8 times
mm-hmm.
at least. So like the majority of the time they dropped out of the top 4. That would be.
Yep.
Wow.
And something else that's consistent in all 10 of the times we did it, Houston never won. And
they never won.
And Houston has the worst record, and they didn't win that one time.
I got to do.
But you remember those top 3 are all even now, so they don't get the top.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yep.
so
They
so
didn't
it's
win
not
that
it's
one
not
time.
quite as crazy. But
And
they did win
Orlando
it
only
once.
won once. And they're 3.
And remember, Houston of those 3 teams, Houston is one of those 3, the top 3. But those top 3 teams only have a 52% chance of staying in the top 4. So that means there's a 48% chance that Houston loses. That's essentially a coin flip, whether Houston is going to keep its pick or not.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy to think about that going forward. Who in your do you have anybody in the draft that you? I know you're a Jalen Green fan for sure. You always have been.
I'll give you my guys. I'll give you my list of guys.
Who's your? I know you're a Franz Wagner guy, right?
No. I wouldn't mind him, but I'm not a Franz Wagner guy, no.
That's a shame.
If he's at the Grizzlies pick, I wouldn't mind. But I have reason to believe that they might not.
There's no chance he's going to get to the Grizzlies pick.
No, he's not.
0.
All right, let me give you my guys. Just going down the list. I like Moses Moody a lot. He won't be there. I like big wings.
I think Moody could be there.
It's 17?
17. I think it's possible.
I hope so, I say. I like Jalen Johnson. I know that he's there, that Kleiman's going to grab the Duke guy. You know where I'm at on Kispert. I like it. He's fine, but he just seems like he'll be a mega douche. I'm not really sure how much I'll care for Kispert. It's going to be like, yeah. Zaire Williams is high on my thing. I like him.
Zaire Williams is very, very good.
Yeah, and I think this is the year that if you're at 17, this is the year where you could take that big swing. That's something that Denver benefited from when they were able to take Michael Porter Jr. I think this is the year when you can swing. You can swing for a guy who, might have high bust potential, but he could be a star. So that's why I would take a look at Zaire Williams there. Also like, what's my boy's name? He's a little bit down the list, but I like him. I don't even see him in the first round on here. What's the kid's name? Stanford? No, not Stanford.
Oh, you're thinking of Lester Quinones. He's great.
No. Not from Stanford. This kid went to Arizona State, I believe. God, what's his name?
Josh Christopher.
Yes, Josh Christopher. I like him.
Yeah, Josh Christopher, yeah. The too sexy Brian Christopher.
Yeah. No, so Scotty Too Hottie Barnes.
Scotty Too Hottie Barnes. What about the kid, the Duarte kid? Another older Oregon Duck.
Oh, yeah. Dylan Brooks' little brother.
Yeah, that's right. Dylan Brooks Part 2.
Yeah. Do we need another Dylan, though? Yeah.
I mean, he is probably a better shooter coming out of the gate than Dylan was.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got that same kind of
moxie about himself.
Yeah, he got a little bit of that Duck
Villain
swag. That kind of thing.
Duck waddle about himself.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I got a guy. I have a guy.
Who's your guy?
James Bouknight.
Yep.
Give me that kid.
He's moving up. He's moving up in the draft to a lot of folks. He is.
Is he in relation to James Bukaki?
Talk about a bust.
The high bust potential.
Anyway.
That risk of being a bust is
pretty much 100% chance there.
I ain't lying. Every time I see the kid's name, I think every time I see your boy Buck Knight, I think it was
I'm not going to talk about
that. But it's funny how Zach caught that joke.
It is interesting how Zach caught that joke. It is interesting.
I mean, that's overwhelmed with laugh. There's an overflowing laugh.
Probably too much laugh.
Nah, man. Because my friends,
your friends,
my friends made jokes about it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I bet they did. Yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah.
Interesting. Friends. You do need a lot of friends. It's a joke that requires a lot of friends, to be honest.
Exactly.
Anyway, all right. So I got a few. I think that Scotty Barnes. I don't understand why people aren't higher on Scotty Barnes.
Like he went to Tennessee.
No, he went to
Florida State.
You're thinking of Rick Barnes, who was the coach at Tennessee.
I'm tripping. What's the kid?
He's not in the draft. Rick Barnes is not in the draft.
Jaden Springer is who I'm talking about. My bad.
Springer.
Springer.
I like Scotty Barnes. He's just
Scotty Barnes is a like he could be a extremely good. I mean, like a severely excellent player.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could be the best player in the draft. He could be better than Cade.
No, he's good.
He's a big, legit wing, and like really, really big.
Just kind of limited offensively, though.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he's obviously not like as good as some of these guys, but I don't think there's no reason why he can't be good. You have to remember he played for a Florida State team that was full of big dudes and played pretty slow. So he's not going to put up the same numbers as some of these other teams that played faster and played with more. Like Cade Cunningham just basically had the keys to the car. Like, just go do whatever you want to do. He's going to put up big numbers. Barnes was not in that capacity, but he shot 56% from two, and was better in ACC play than he was outside of ACC play, and that was their best opponents. He's a very physical dude. He can finish with contact. I think he's a really good defender and can switch. Like, I mean, he defended a lot of smaller guys very legitimately. So you can have him defend true wings, and you can also have him defend straight up point guards and be okay. That's massive. If his offense comes along, even a little bit, he's going to be a really good player. And he's a guy that you could project as a playoff type guy that gets better in the playoffs because of the way that he plays. So I really like Scotty Barnes. I don't know why he's being down. I would if he's at 6. Oh my God, I could, like, if Oklahoma City gets him plus one of these other dudes, forget about it. The other one that's fascinating is the kid Alperen Sengun from Besiktas. He was the Turkish League MVP. Kid's 18 years old right now. He'll turn 19 next month, and is if you watch him play, like if you watch just watch some highlights, go to YouTube, whatever. At his size, there is a tremendous amount of skill. I mean, tremendous. You're talking about a lot of up and unders. You're talking some step back threes. You're talking about a guy that can do a number of things physically. He's kind of reminiscent of Jaren Jackson Jr. in that regard, where there is definitely some post play. You're not gonna. He's going to have issues, as a rebounder type guy. He's going to have issues as a physical defender, but the skill level is incredible, and the versatility is incredible, and the upside for that guy is through the roof. You're talking about Evan Mobley gets a lot of attention, and rightly so. Evan Mobley's great. But this guy has a lot of characteristics of Evan Mobley. And maybe even his skill level is superb. So I really like both Mobley and Sengun. And Sengun's a guy that is probably projected to be lower lottery right now for most of these things, and I think he's better than a lot of guys ahead of him because of what he could do. So I really like his potential.
He's super young though.
That's what I mean. I love that, but he's already performing in a the Turkish league is a legit league. Like that's a good league. That's not some scrub league. Like that's better than the G League. That's better than that's a high level league. Only Spain is better. And so when a guy is 18 and can win MVP of that league, that means he can play. Is he going to be a superstar? I don't know, but he could play. So I put him high on the list.
Yeah, I'm looking at my scouting film that was shipped over to me. I had to go through the.
Yeah, take a look at that. Take a look at that film. I think you'll like him. He's a legit interesting dude. I think a very interesting guy.
Trying to make a judgment, but I think he's actually 18. Or the age I actually think he is.
He looks 18. Like he does. He really does. Like if you see him, his face, he looks 18. He's a young looking dude. And he plays like he's 18. He's still kind of. I think there's still some of that Jaren to grow a little bit more.
How tall is he?
With him too. He's like 6'10", I think.
He didn't look that tall on film. It's like
that's what I mean.
6'8". Just watching.
He's a legit.
Yeah, I think I'm out on Lil Dicky. I'm sorry. I don't want my draft pick to look like Lil Dicky. I'm sorry. I just can't. No, I'm out. No, I don't see anything. He might be incredible, but no, I'm good on this dude.
He got to save that money, Shane.
Save that money. Yeah, I don't need a dude who's gonna be pillow talking. No.
No.
I'm good on Lil Dicky, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're gonna be sorry.
But I ain't gonna lie, there were moves that Luka was doing in Euro play. I was like, man, there's no way he's gonna score like that in the NBA. That dude looked like.
And he did.
Because I was like, yeah, there's no way that this slow-footed dude is gonna do this in the league. And by golly, he did it.
Yeah. Well,
dude, he got a little game though.
What do you mean he's got a little game? He's got an incredible game. This dude would have worked college basketball. He would have been an MVP.
He don't look 6'10", though. It might be the angle that this is shot in.
Yeah, he's 6'10". He's definitely 6'10". He's got some incredible footwork in his post game. I mean, really good footwork.
Yeah, I'm peeping him out. He got game. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, he dunked on somebody.
Yeah, this dude's got game. I'm just telling you, got great, and he's got phenomenal post footwork.
So he's a 3.
Really good. No, I would say he's a 4. Maybe a 5. You probably play him as a 5, honestly, and depending on the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you play him as a small ball 5, 4 or 5 probably.
You saw the Grizzlies are playing in the Utah Summer League?
Yes. The Grizzlies are playing in Utah again. It's not the first time they've done that. They'll play in Utah and Vegas, so there'll be a few extra games, which is great.
Is there not an Orlando Summer League this year?
A lot of work to be done. I don't know if they do in the Orlando Summer League. I think they stopped doing that, I believe.
Yeah, I think
the Vegas one expanded and took out.
Like after the bubble, we're done with you NBA guys.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Clayton Collier.
Oh, yeah.
Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solution.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claim specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas, 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
It's on at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike with the Trade Up to a Kia sales event. And we can put you in a new Kia today for less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte, $129 a month. 2021 Kia Soul, $137 a month. Both 36-month leases, $39.79 due at signing. And Built in America 2021 K5, $169 a month. $29.99 due at signing, 36-month lease. And get peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Trade up to your Kia today at Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME 3716, MSRP 20,930. Sold M7 144,946, MSRP 20,515. K5 MGO 21,674, MSRP 26,170. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license. With approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offers valid through 6/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got a new accident on the roadways. Working a crash on Wolf River Boulevard, east of Germantown Road. Say that 10 times fast. Wolf River Boulevard, east of Germantown Road. That's the crash that we're working with this morning. And this is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Know where I've been. I searched to find love within.
Another all-timer. I was proud of Bobby Caldwell when he came out as being white. It was difficult for him.
Yeah, but not all people are born white. Some people.
That's right. Yeah, it was difficult.
Traumatic
for him
experiences turned them white.
It's, whew.
I can name some
God
right
bless
now
him.
that have chosen the white lifestyle.
I'm not sure that they're. I don't know that's going to work out. For them, but, nonetheless, welcome back as we continue hour number 2. Joining us now, our good friend Clayton Collier from Local 24 at Local 24 Clayton on the old Twitter page. Clayton, how you feeling?
Guys, how are you?
How are
Good,
you,
man.
buddy?
Not too bad. Just listening to you guys talk about the draft, so now I'm not as good as I was earlier on, but I'm fine.
What do you mean you're not as good as you were earlier on? Come on.
No, I'm just kidding.
Come on, now. You're not a draft guy. You're not into this time of year. You.
Oh no, I absolutely am.
It's different this year than it was. Now you're as a New York guy, as a Mets guy. I'll have to throw you a little bone here, because you're a Mets guy, right?
Yeah. Long suffering Mets fan.
All right,
but
so
it's okay because now we have Jacob deGrom.
I was going to say at least I'll let you just go off for a little bit about Jacob deGrom here, who is like having he's the first guy to be tested, have his balls inspected for sticky substances. That's a comment that is unfortunately a real thing that is happening right now. So that is just what's going on, and it turns out that his balls are free of sticky substances. So that was good news for you. His ERA is up 0.51 right now, Clayton Collier. And I think the stat that blew my mind is EHA, which is a stat that I saw somebody make up. His earned hit average is 3.31 right now. Hits allowed per 9 innings, 3.3, which is absurd. Is this the best season in pitching history?
I mean, it's certainly off to that start so far. I mean, whenever you're talking about, is he better than what Pedro Martinez did in the 90s? I mean, is he better than Bob Gibson? Like, when you get to that point, the answer's already okay, he's already on pace to do so because he still has half a season left to tell us one way or the other. The fact that I mean, every time he goes up, you're like, is he going to be able to throw a perfect game? Is he going to, strike out 12 guys in a row? Like, that's whatever you ever thought was not possible in a game. You're wondering if it's going to happen, basically, with Jacob deGrom now, because we're already seeing something that you haven't. Because even, through this many starts, the guys that I mentioned hadn't had this quality of, a start to a season. Like they were fantastic. They had low 1 or sub 1 ERAs, but we're talking about 0.51. The fact that he's driven in more runs as a hitter than he has allowed this season just speaks for itself. Like the numbers are just stupid at this point. He's playing a video game.
Here's my question, because this is the other one that I'm I don't know. It's hard to compare, and I hate to put you into a artificial choice, but let's just call it like it is. Okay, let's put you there. Okay, I don't want to do it, but let's just put you there. What is the more incredible accomplishment? Jacob deGrom finishing the season with a sub 1 ERA. Let's say he goes through the entire season and he finishes somehow with like a 0.9 or 9.8 or something crazy like that. I can't even, maybe 0.5. I don't know. He's doing what he's doing right now. What's more impressive, that or Shohei Ohtani finishing with 40 home runs plus his pitching ERA, which right now is at 2.7. So his a 2.7 ERA in 10 starts right now with 23 home runs, 20 starts, a sub 3 ERA, and 40 home runs.
Well, I'll just say it's a good thing that there's an MVP award in each league. So, I mean, it's incredible what both of them are doing. But Jacob deGrom is barely hitting where Shohei Ohtani. I mean, the fact that you go out and are hitting each day in between your start and being one of the best in the league out of it, and then by the way, just casually having a sub 3 ERA as a pitcher. I don't really. It is a tough call, but I think I'm going to give the feat to Jacob deGrom because there have been guys. I mean, obviously we're talking Babe Ruth times that were able to do that, but what we're seeing from deGrom is still something that we have to go back to like the 1800s to talk about in terms of stats of what you've seen before. So it's a good question, but I think I'm going to give the edge to deGrom still just based on the level of dominance that we've seen from him.
Clayton, what are your thoughts on the Grizzlies offseason, what they need to do? Of course, they can't, their draft selection is already set in stone that they'll be 17. They can't move up in the draft since they made the playoffs. So how do you think they can improve on the roster over the offseason since they can't rely on the draft like they've done? Well, I'm sorry. They don't have a top pick in the draft. So how do you think they'll handle their offseason?
I thought you were going to address me as Zach, but that's cool.
I'll let Peter get know.
As the knockoff GM, I will say what I think they need most is, obviously they need more 3-point shooting on the perimeter. They also need somebody that can come in and be a complementary defender with Dylan. That's when you have DeAnthony Melton, he's a little bit undersized. It's tough for him against on some of the better players that we saw, throughout, either the Jazz series or, throughout the play-in series so far. So, I see guys that are kind of available for them that fit their recent mold, from, the Desmond Baines and the Xavier Tillmans, getting some older guys in there, whether that's an Io or whether that's Jared Butler. I think you guys mentioned Chris Duarte earlier on. I mean, kind of fits that mold as somebody that, is at least a decent defender and also has, a high percentage from, 3. And so there's a couple options there, and, that are some of the more veteran guys. But then you go over to like, say, do they go like a Moses Moody route with Arkansas? So the good thing for them is that they do have a lot of guards with some tools in there that are certainly around at 17 that are expected to kind of go around that range. So I think they'll have a lot of options on the perimeter. What do you guys think? Do you think that there's another need that they're going to be addressing first?
I just think they need to take a big swing. Like, they've made a lot of safe picks, guys who've, had some longer tenures in college basketball who they know could come in and, high floor guys. You know what I mean? I think they should take a swing on someone that's got a high ceiling.
I think they should also take Cade Cunningham and just see what happens. And let them fight it out. And say, look, we're taking it too.
Just rush to the podium.
Yeah. See what happens. Y'all make us leave. You want? Yeah. We're taking Cade. That's right.
That's funny. Do you think that they should be trading up?
They should try. Saying you think they should be trading up?
No, I said, do you think they should be trading up?
If they can.
You talking to me?
Yeah. Well, either. Yeah.
Yeah, if they can. If there's a deal where you can, move up, of course you want to move up. Because I think there are guys that they kind of wanted this season. I think the way that they went about making certain decisions, I think there were certain guys that they were trying to stay within a certain range for. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to move up. Because I think there's probably been some guys that they've kind of wanted the entire season that they thought would be in their range that may not be there now. So, we'll see. Yeah, I'll be there for it.
Well, if you're going to trade up, though, who are you going for? Are you trying to get, well, obviously not a Cade, but, are you trying to get up to top 5, try to get, Jalen Suggs or something? Or?
But no, they ain't getting that high. But if there's a guy, somewhere in that, 10 to 16 range, I can see them moving up for somebody.
But who would that be for you? Is it James Bouknight? Is it Moses Moody?
Jalen Johnson, Moses Moody, one of those two type of guys probably. That's what I think they probably move up for.
All right. Well, I'm glad I had my turn asking the question.
Yeah, we're glad you enjoyed it,
man. We have Clayton Collier on to interview Anthony Sane on the program here. It's one of our fun things that we like to do. Do you have a player that you like in the draft, Clayton Collier? Just a personal Clayton Collier favorite.
I like some of the guys that I mentioned for the Grizzlies. I kind of like. I like some of the older guys that are a little lower there in kind of that second half of the first round outside the lottery that are projected right now. But Jalen Suggs, I mentioned him. Obviously, that's going to be. I think anybody's going to be lucky that gets him. Jalen Green is another big time talent that I'd like to see a little more of, just because haven't seen him as much just with the G League Ignite. But who I was mentioning in particular, Chris Duarte, I think is a really solid pick. What Moses Moody did for Arkansas is somebody that he powered them in that run to be able to move up there and get, I believe, top 5 this past NCAA tournament as well. So, the way he affected the game as a younger guy, I tend to like some of the guys that have been there for a while, because they have a little bit less of a transition. Some of the guys that had a few years in college, but I think that Moses Moody is going to be somebody that a lot of teams anybody would really be lucky to have.
I think that's true. And since we're speaking of the draft and the Eastern Conference situation, especially, what do you do with the Sixers? I know you're probably not too upset to see Philly suffering in some way. It probably doesn't make you too unhappy. Clayton, I know you and I both have friends from that area. I'm sure they're hurting right now, but you know what? Considering the pain that they've dished out, I'm not too upset about that. What would you do if you are the Sixers right now, seeing the situation with Ben Simmons unfold, knowing that you owe him in the neighborhood of $150 million over the next 4 years, and the man is struggling to play basketball for you? What do you do?
That's a good question. Yeah, I've gotten more than enough Ben Simmons memes sent to me from some of my Philly friends over the last couple days. But it's not an easy situation. I mean, I think you got the honest answer from Doc Rivers post game, and then he realized it was a little too honest and backpedaled there. I don't know. I mean, you don't really have him in. He's probably about as low of a draft or a trade value as you had with him there. I mean, I look back at some of those tweets from 3-4 years ago when people are saying, I would trade Damian Lillard for him for Damian Lillard. Now at this point, I don't know what you do with him. You might be stuck with him right now, because is another team going to want him, or is he going to be more of just a salary dump for somebody? I don't know. What do you guys? I don't know if you guys were talking about this earlier on, but I think Philly's kind of stuck with him right now, unless they really just want to move him, in which case you probably kind of just get rid of that contract.
The thing that you have to do, though, if you're Philly, because you have to remember that, of course, you've got Joel Embiid, who is on a supermax and will probably get another one in the next year. If that's the case, you can't trade Ben Simmons for the old Oklahoma City package, because Joel Embiid at that point is going to want out. He didn't sign as a guy that finished second in the MVP race to be part of another rebuild. He's already been part of the process. He's been the centerpiece of the process. He doesn't need process part 2. That ain't going to happen. He's not going to sit around for that. So if you make that move with Simmons, you are essentially asking Philly fans to go through another process after the result of this process is what they've seen over the last few years. That ain't going to go over well in Philly at all. So if they trade Ben Simmons, it's got to be, and I think they probably will have to, it's got to be for a legitimate. The names that I keep hearing are C.J. McCollum and Zach LaVine. Possibly D'Angelo Russell, and some combination of D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley. Other combinations of other guys in that same vein. DeMar DeRozan, some Spurs stuff. Bruce Bowen swears up and down that the Spurs would trade for Ben Simmons. I guess he would know. So I don't know, but that, to me, Clayton, take that into account. You can't for a bunch of picks, because then you're running off Joel Embiid.
Fair. I mean, I have a tough time believing that Portland would trade C.J. McCollum for him. Obviously, that Philly would have to have more assets in there, but I feel like even if they are headed, as they head kind of into retooling themselves, that one seems kind of tough. Zach LaVine's somebody that certainly we could see, and still that Ben Simmons is young. If they kind of get him around the right people, they could kind of get his head right, kind of on the court. I know we're all talking about how Philly kind of has to get rid of him at this point, but I mean, you kind of wonder if you want to go into a season with him again and try to revive his value a little bit, or is this kind of the win now mode where you just have to try to cut bait while you can. It's tough. It's a really tough spot that they found themselves in. If they can try to revive his value a little bit throughout this offseason, maybe showing that he's doing better, with his shot at all. It's just, this is the love-hate debate that I've seen on, among Philly fans for years now, and it's amazing how quickly, once it turns in Philly, it turns and it usually doesn't go back. And I think we've reached that point with Ben Simmons. So, does he need a fresh environment where he goes out somewhere, Portland, smaller market, and, find success? Maybe he does, because it's not easy. We always talk about how it's not easy to play in New York. It's not easy to play in Philly either. So, I'm interested to see kind of how this all plays out. But, Philly's not in the best positioning here after what just happened in the semifinals here to try to get a ton of value out of them.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as people are thinking, but we'll talk about that later.
Clayton, thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us this morning. And everybody watch Clayton on Local 24 and follow him on Twitter at Local24. Clayton, thanks, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, bro.
Clayton Collier joining us on the program. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, All the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Southern Airways, we fly to make your day.
Memphis's hometown airline, Southern Airways, is offering a sizzling summer deal. For this July only, flights from Memphis to Harrison-Branson, Hot Springs, and El Dorado, Arkansas have a promotional fare starting at just $19. Fly over the interstate traffic and bypass the bridge delays on one of Southern's flights to Arkansas. Catch a concert in El Dorado, hit the lake in Hot Springs, or fly to Harrison and make the easy drive to Branson or even to Fayetteville. Flying Southern is easy with no TSA screening hassles and free parking at Signature Flight Support. Don't forget, Southern service to Destin has returned for its 9th summer season. So if you're planning a trip to the Emerald Coast, visit iflysouthern.com to reserve your seats today.
At Southern Airways, we fly to make your day.
If you feel America is facing more dangers than ever, you're right. Things are falling apart, it seems, every day. That's why you need to prepare for more of the unexpected, especially food shortages. When people panic, grocery stores run out of food fast. Would you survive without food for days, weeks, even months? The smart folks are buying emergency food now. Take a moment to shop MyPatriotSupply.com. We're America's leader in preparedness. With over a dozen years' experience, My Patriot Supply has earned over 40,000 4-star and 5-star reviews. Our delicious, calorie-rich food averages 2,000 calories per day and lasts in storage up to 25 years, so it's there when you need it. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com, order a kit or two, and we'll ship quickly and discreetly to your door. Don't wait for something bad to happen again. Rather, be more self-reliant and prepared. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. How old is your water heater? With most of the water heaters in the Mid-South located in the attic, the worst day you can replace your water heater is one day too late. It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. Plus, these energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. Most 10-year-old water heaters were about 65% efficient when they were new, compared to a tankless water heater from Conway Services that's up to 98% efficient. Plus, right now, get your tankless water heater from Conway Services for as low as $79 per month. Or I'll give you $250 for that old tank water heater. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. And you know, with over 8,000 5-star reviews, you know Google guaranteed Conway Services will be providing great customer service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
All my nights, all my money going out on the town.
Oh, yeah.
Doing anything just to get you off of my mind.
We got J. Lewis. We got to stop J. Lewis.
Oh, yeah, J. Lewis getting my nerves, man.
J. Lew's latest flex is just absolutely outrageous.
Asinine, yeah. It's disrespectful.
Outrageous. He's got a beautiful grilled T-bone. Looks like maybe that's a ribeye. It's hard to tell. Beautiful lobster tails. A little zucchini squash medley.
Yeah, just get some of
out on the campgrounds. He was camping with his lovely wife.
And kids.
20 years. Two darling children who basically look like the
fresh
same
off
age as my
fresh
kids.
off the Macy's catalog or something. Come on, man.
I know it, man. The kids are they basically like mine. My kids are about the same age, same older boy, younger girl, that kind of thing. I got the same kind of thing going. I see a lot of myself in J. Lou. You know, a lot of like to live the high lifestyle like that. You know, just enjoy finer things. Me and J. Lou feel like we're really vibing here.
I wanted to talk about some Ben Simmons stuff, but I'm going to derail if you don't mind, Peter. What are your thoughts on Black Queen Sha'Carri Richardson.
I haven't really had a lot of thoughts, but I mean, my thoughts about Black Queens in general are very positive.
Okay. Nothing particular about Sha'Carri Richardson? Where is she on the Evanston Power Ranking, the Peter Power Ranking?
Who? I'm kind of. She's very high on the list. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the way she operates.
Yeah, I think it was Juicy J who said it best. Who said, "You don't like hood chicks, but you turn down hood chicks. Juicy J can't. Her hood vibe is just astonishing. Like it's phenomenal.
She just
the hair popping, nails, lashes, running with lashes in the face beat. Like who does that, man? Like you know what I mean?
I mean, she definitely got a very distinct. Like if you see her on the track,
for sure.
There is no question who's running.
Yeah, she's got a little FloJo vibe going by herself, but you know.
Oh man, that is definitely a FloJo vibe happening. Right there.
Like how many women like? Okay, I need to go get my face beat before I run this 100 right now. Like for real though, bro. Like she's doing.
You gotta
man.
get glammed up before she start running, man.
Nails done. She had the lashes on, the orange hair. Oh yeah, she wasn't playing. That's my kind of lady right there, man. For sure.
Hey, she gonna set the world on fire in Tokyo.
Woo. Do you know what? She ain't verified on Twitter either. Who cares? Like I'm not. You don't need that validation, queen.
It won't be long though.
She might be the first track runner to run with open-toed shoes with white toes, so white toenails.
It's still faster than the field.
Open-toed cleats.
Still
killing
faster
me
than the field.
White toenails out. Salute, Sha'Carri. And she's high on the Peter Evanston Power Ranking.
Very high.
Peter's nasty. Zach's over there falling apart. Yes, I'm figuring you out, Peter, for sure. I'm figuring you out, man.
I'm a big fan.
I know it. I already know it.
I'm watching this post race interview here real fast. I like what she's doing.
Man. Yeah, she's got a little vibe.
Eyelashes or something else. Those eyelashes.
Yeah, them lashes, man.
It is very FloJo with the similar to the nails. FloJo had those nails that were like, what in the world? Like, how do you run with those things? She got those eyelashes where it's like, man.
How you see that?
Yeah, the world looks like it's just like through a forest, but it works. And it works for her.
She's
I don't
running
know.
off of what's it called? Not sonar. What's it called?
Could be sonar. Hey,
oh man,
I'm a fan.
We're gonna hop into this Ben Simmons stuff too.
We hop into that, but she's high on the list. I can promise you that. Hour number 3 on the way. Stick around.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choates and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their 20-point $99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at iBuyHouses, 901-406-1101.
Hey Mid-South, we're ready to wow you at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike with the Enjoy Your Summer in Style sales event, and there's no better road trip than in a new ride. Get 40 MPG Highway with 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $14,735 or $189 a month. Need a little extra room? 7-passenger 2020 Outlander with Tri-Zone Climate Control, $349 a month. Plus 2022 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $25,975 or $299 a month. All powered by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, G4 stock number MHF 06284, MSRP 17735, Outlander NZO 11927, MSRP 30540, Cross NZ 004494, MSRP 27725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/21. Dealer stock only.
Memphis, it's official. Crab Kings is where it's at. The best seafood with 7 flavors to choose from. Try the shrimp and chicken pasta. Now available is the salmon and fried lobster pasta, snow crabs, king crab, dungeons, and more. Don't forget about the calamari, shrimp, and lobster. The portion, the price, the taste. Only at Crab King. Visit us at CrabKingTN.com. Crab King Seafood and Pasta. East Memphis location now open till midnight for carry-out. Memphis favorites.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working an accident on Wolf River Boulevard east of Germantown Road. That's Wolf River Boulevard east of Germantown Road. Just use an alternate route in that area as well. So far, so good. Not a lot of accidents this morning. So let's just keep it on through the rest of your day. And this is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave. Come on and it's me you need to share. How deep is your love? Is your love?
Come on. I really need. Come on. Everybody in the cars, side to side. Take your hands off the wheel and just go side to side. Sway. Whatever happens, happens.
Just all sway in unison. You'll be all right.
Whatever happens, happens. If you have an accident, it was meant to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. Hour number 3 is here, presented by our friends at Acura. Memphis is a vibe. Hour number 3 is a vibe. Acura Memphis is a vibe. It's all there for you. Welcome in, everybody, as we continue with the program. My name is Peter Edmiston, and I'm joined by Anthony Sane, of course, and Zach Boyd producing the program today and doing his Zach thing, which we all know and love. We've already gone through a lot already today. We'll continue to go through, and we'll talk about the imminent lottery tonight. We talked a lot about what happened, some historic stuff off the field. We've talked about historic stuff on the field. We've talked about a number of different things. And one of the things that you were going to talk about, because we've got some events tonight. Obviously, you've got Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, Suns and Clippers tonight, with the lottery preceding that at 7:30, and then the game itself is at 8 o'clock, Game 2 between the Suns and the Clippers. So we'll see what happens tonight in that lottery. But Sane, you were talking about we've been talking about the Ben Simmons situation, like kind of what do you do with a player who's owed that much money, and with whom you really can't do much. And yesterday, as they were doing their end of season media availability and all that teams do when the season is over, discussion about Ben Simmons, obviously from the Philly media and other folks there, and Doc Rivers was very confident that they could find a solution. He said, we know the right work, we know the work to do. It's just a matter of getting the work done. But there was an interesting piece by Yaron Weissman of Fox Sports, and he's actually written a book about the whole process, so he's pretty plugged in. He wrote a book that was published last year about the process and all of that. And he wrote a piece in which he said that Ben Simmons had been told, or had been asked a couple years ago by Brett Brown and the staff to work on specific shooting. And in fact, they brought in a shooting coach to do it. And he had shown some improvement. That was when we talked about him being a 71% free throw shooter in the playoffs back in 2018. And so they were going to work with this shooter named John Townsend some more. But when they came back a few weeks later, Townsend reported that he had been dismissed by Ben Simmons and Rich Paul. And Rich Paul, the agent Clutch Sports, had decided that they were instead going to work with Liam Simmons, who is Ben's brother, and a Division II coach out in Colorado. And instead of doing the shooting work that the Sixers asked him to do, he just didn't do it. And not the first time that's happened. To the point where one of the assistant coaches in a meeting last year said, can anyone in this room explain to me where Ben Simmons has improved as a player? And no one said a word. So that's the part that's complicating things for me. Is, if this were one thing where Ben Simmons really wanted to get better and was really like trying and you just couldn't, that'd be one thing. But he's sort of refused to work on the things that he needs to work on. It's not an accident that he's plateaued as a player and is now going the other way. How does that change the way that you feel about trading for Ben Simmons?
I don't think it's changed at all, because I still think that there are several teams who see value in him. That's the way the NBA works. There's always a team who feels like, hey, I can fix him, I can change him. You know what I mean? Like, just like in dating, you see beautiful women who, it's always a market for him. You know what I mean? And Ben Simmons is still a quote unquote beautiful woman in regards to his value in the NBA. I think he's still super young, man. Like, people are there. There are teams who would definitely go after him, and I think that his value has decreased, of course. So teams who have interest in him may try to lowball, but I still think that Philadelphia can get a fair or even a good return for him. Like, I'm not buying into nobody wants him at this point. Like, I'm not getting into that at all. I think that's a real knee-jerk reaction. I think there are still teams who see him as an all-star, all-defensive player type guy who can definitely come in and help any team go to the next level. Like, I'm not buying it. I think there are a lot of organizations that think get him away from Philly, get him in our organization, get him in our style of play. Get him away from a dominant big man who's going to dominate the ball, dominate the shooting, dominate the scoring. And I think that there are teams who think they can do something with him. I'm not convinced that he's done or the Philadelphia stuck with him at all.
But that said, the contract is such a major problem for him. I mean, you're talking about a guy that you have to do some, reclamation work on, but you're paying him, he would instantly be the highest paid player on most teams, and is going to be, a guy that's going to instantly, you can't bring him in as a, sixth man or a backup center to kind of ease him into your team. You can't. When you bring him in, like, that's a whole thing. You essentially have to try to build around him, and the issue with him is that he wants, and he's going to demand the ball in his hands. If you could convince him to play off the ball most of the time, you could probably do something with him. Now, he's not Draymond Green, because Draymond Green is more of an offensive threat than he is actually. But I mean, if you could convince him to play off the ball. If you could convince him to be a, backup, 4 or 5 type guy, or a starting 4 or 5 type guy, maybe you could find some way to make it work. But when he's still got the ball in his hands and this free throw thing comes up, There's no way around that. Like you can't have that. There's just nothing. That there's no positive outcome for that. You can't do that unless he whatever this mental block is that's keeping him from doing the work or that's keeping him from improving. Unless that mental block goes away, there's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said yesterday, if he cares enough, he'll be able to overcome the mental block if that's what he wants to do. But I wonder if he cares or not. And stuff that you said today confirms where I was yesterday, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not sure he cares. Like me, Zach, and Brian talked about this morning. Brian, the intern, talked about there are guys who are identified as being great players, and their parents do things to them and put them through processes to speed them up, or trainers speed them up. Like we talked about the right hand, left hand thing. Like he was advised to try to be a left-handed player as a child, I'm sure. LeBron James talked about how he was a left-handed shooter, and he was like, "Hey, Penny shoots right-handed, Jordan shoots right-handed. Like I'm just gonna stop shooting left-handed because I know they were trying to make me this ultimate basketball player who can do everything, with both hands or whatever." But like you said yesterday, Ben Simmons, I watched the video yesterday. It said 80-something% of his non-jump shots are taken with his right hand. He bowls with his right hand, throws the ball with his right hand, writes with his right hand. He was taught by somebody, hey, you need to be a lefty because that can just make you an even better player. When he obviously should be shooting with his right. He does everything else with his right hand. There are situations where they showed him driving to the basket, and situations where if you're left-handed, it would have been ideal if you use your left hand. He still used the right hand. He should be shooting with his right hand. Like, and if he cares, if he cares about the game, he'll do what he has to do. But the question that I ask is, does he care? And I sincerely feel that way.
And that's the issue that I have though from my perspective, drafting a guy, because I think you're absolutely right. But when trading for a guy that has that kind of a contract, if I have any questions at all about his willingness to get better or want to do the work or anything like that, if I have legitimate questions about that, I can't bring that guy into my organization. I can't do that. There's just, for that kind of money and that kind of a situation, I just don't think there's any way you can do that, because that's hugely costly. And look at the Grizzlies and the Chandler Parsons situation. Another guy that just didn't really seem to care about doing the work and about doing the things that he needs to do to get better as a player and healthier as a player. There were some things he could have done. He chose not to do them, and that was that. He collected a big old paycheck, but that set the Grizzlies back tremendously to do that. I just don't. That's the thing with Ben Simmons. If you're gonna, the talent is absolutely undeniable, of course, phenomenal talent. But if he doesn't work out, or if he's not going to put in the work, if you can't guarantee somehow that he's going to put in the work, man, you are setting yourself up for just an enormously difficult situation with that contract. And then of course on top of that, you have the media stuff. And the fans, when you go and trade for Ben Simmons, that's a major thing. You're going to have expectation about what he's going to do, what you're going to want him to do. I don't know, man. That's I think the Blazers would be interesting with him and Lillard. I think you could make that work potentially. I think that team, obviously it's going to depend on when the Blazers, they have to pick a coach, and we see that Becky Hammond, Chauncey Billups are among the secondary candidates that are going back for their second pick or second interviews. It's going to depend on who they pick as a coach, but I could see that working. I mean, I don't you think that could work?
I think it depends on who the coach is. Like I think it that really matters in this situation who they pick as the coach. I think that's I could see Dame being super frustrated because he's not a guy who's gonna step up and try to score a lot of points. And I think that's going to kill. I think he needs to go to a team, like a perfect situation with him, because he's kind of a super Draymond Green who won't shoot the ball at all. If you kind of think about it, he's really a 4, in my opinion. He should be like a super Draymond Green. And the Warriors would be a perfect fit for him, but there's nothing the Warriors can do that would appeal to the 76ers.
They can't.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing. I mean, they're not trading like a Klay Thompson.
They're not trading Klay Thompson for him. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I mean, so that's not going to work.
But another team who says, okay, I could use Ben Simmons as a super Draymond Green, who's a high level defender. He can play make. I can put him in pick and roll action. He could be incredible.
But I don't think Ben Simmons wants to do that. That's the other thing. I think Ben Simmons has had the chance to do that in Philly on a couple different occasions and has chosen not to do that. So, yeah, if you're trading for him and he says, look, I'm not going to do that. That's just not, that ain't going to happen. You can't make me do it. What do you do? Now you're stuck. I mean, you can't have those discussions before you trade with him.
Right.
So
there's got to be somebody who's confident to feel like they can unlock him. Like, it's got to be – he's a tremendous talent, bro. And I just can't give up on him yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not there with him. Texas says man should never change what God has created. Maybe he's talking about Ben Simmons and shooting right-handed. I don't know.
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, it clearly has to be.
Right.
That's clearly what that's what he's talking about for real, right?
Yeah, I assume so.
What else?
Well, yeah. I'm not sure what else he'd be talking about. I don't know, man. It's such a difficult situation. I just can't.
I think I'm okay with saying I kind of feel sorry, baddish for him. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
I feel sorry for him as far as the mental stuff goes.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I do feel sorry for that. I really do. But I also think some of this is his own doing with regard to how he's approached his professional career. So that's where I'm kind of torn, because I don't want to see anyone go through the kind of struggle that he's going through mentally, but I also think he set himself up, because I don't think that he's done the kind of work that he needs to do to get better in this. I just don't see it.
Because I'm going to tell you how I kind of feel bad for him. I watched this guy on YouTube who does videos about players who didn't pan out or didn't reach their potential. And it's called Stunted Growth. It's a video series. And he's doing a mini series about YouTube phenoms, like kids who were identified as being these extraordinary talents whose parents like got them dribbling coaches, and when they were like 8, you know what I mean? These kids were like 10 years old playing high school basketball. These kind of kids who were supposed to be the next phenom, and like how he talked about how like none of them panned out, and most of them didn't pan out because they didn't grow. Like they stayed little kids, they stayed little short dudes forever. They're like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". They didn't grow to be 6'3" guards or 6'4". They all were little bitty dudes. Like Ben Simmons could very well be the same exact case. Like where he was a kid who his parents pretty much forced him to be an athlete, but he just ended up getting real tall. You know what I mean? Like where he didn't. How do we know that Ben Simmons actually cares? And why are we mad that he? Why would we be upset if he didn't care? If he never wanted to do this in the first place? If he was just identified as a kid who could get to the NBA? You kind of get what I'm saying?
I mean, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of football players who have that same kind of thing where it's like, I'm big, I'm gigantic, I'm 6'8", 300 pounds. I don't want to play football, but I'm so big and whatever that my family wants me to do it, and so there you go.
Right.
Particularly for families who are in a tough financial situation, and that's a way out. There's a lot of pressure that's put on those kids to perform like that. And you can be an elite player if you're that athletic and that big and that strong, and you don't even have to want to do it. Like you just are.
Right.
That's just what
that's
you
why
are.
I say I kind of feel bad, sorry for him. You know what I mean? Because it's like we don't know if Ben Simmons gives a crap about playing in the NBA. We just know this is where he ended up in life, and he's been a phenom forever. You know what I mean? So how do we? I mean, we don't know. We don't know if he cares about any of this stuff, man.
To be honest with you, this is true of everybody. This is why I try my best. I've learned a trick in my life that has helped me. When I get mad at somebody on the road, I used to get angry at a driver, and I try now to do the trick where if somebody like cuts me off, or if somebody like runs by me, or somebody like nearly hits me or whatever, I try to take the trick mentally of saying that person must have to go to the bathroom really badly, or that person must be sick,
and
they're trying to get to the hospital, or they're trying to take their friend to the hospital. Because I'm thinking, like, if I were in that situation, I'd probably drive crazy too. And that helps me to be like, okay, you know what? Let me give these people a little bit of grace. So, you know what? Maybe that's true of Ben Simmons. Like, maybe there is all that. Maybe he's it's worth giving him some grace. I get that. I really do. And that's true of everybody. Everybody who's having a bad day, there's probably a reason why they're having a bad day. And so give them a little bit of grace. Problem is, when you pay a guy $150 million, it's hard to be too good.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You ain't turn down that check, man. Like, for sure.
Great. Yeah, exactly. If you didn't like basketball, I got it.
But there's so many signs that pointed to this being who Ben Simmons was, though, bro. You know, I mean, like, when you go to college and you go to the highest bidder, and you go to LSU in college and you take the year off and you're screwing around and you can tell that, okay, this kid knows he's going to be number one, so he's pretty much tanked his only year in college because he don't want to be here. Like, those are telltale signs that, like, this kid might not have a love for the game. You know what I mean? As opposed to guys who –
That's true.
Opposed to guys who have that hunger, who want to compete, who want to be on the best teams. You know what I mean? So.
It's true. It's a good point. We've all had that dream. Tie game, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. Well, in FanDuel Sportsbook, you get more than one shot to swing for the fences because FanDuel is letting you place your first bet absolutely risk-free. That's right. New users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet doesn't win. It only gets better from there because FanDuel's got a new promo. It's happening every Tuesday. And today, let me check my calendar. Yep, it's Tuesday. $5 Dinger Tuesdays. Place a $25 or more wager on any player to hit a home run today and get a $5 bonus in site credit for every home run hit in the game, up to $25. So we were talking about Shohei Ohtani. You want to take the Major League home run leader. You want to take him. You can absolutely do that. $5 Dinger Tuesday. If he hits a home run, great. You're going to win that bet. And for everybody else that hits a home run in that game, you are going to get a $5 bonus in site credit up to $25. It is just that easy. Opt into that promotion today. New and existing users, absolutely awesome. And by the way, when you sign up as a new user, you get that first bet up to $1,000 back in site credit. So it's an absolutely risk-free bet. Use promo code BIGHEAD. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up with promo code BIGHEAD to get in on all the action. Must be 21 or older and present in the state of Tennessee. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund and bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus, $25 per game. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. It is a conundrum. The Ben Simmons situation. What do you do? There's maybe one solution. As a lot of these teams start to look for their coaches and figure out, got an interesting off-the-wall solution that might be perfect. We'll discuss that when we come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps, fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Safety toes, shoes, and great quality hiking boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
It's on at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike with the Trade Up to a Kia sales event. And we can put you in a new Kia today for less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte, $129 a month. 2021 Kia Soul, $137 a month. Both 36-month leases, $39.79 due at signing. And Built in America 2021 K5, $169 a month. $29.99 due at signing, 36-month lease. And get peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Trade up to your Kia today at Gossett Kia. Kia 1900 Covington Pike, or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME 3716, MSRP 20,930. Sold M7 144,946, MSRP 20,515. K5 MGO 21674, MSRP 26,170. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license. With approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offers valid through 6/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high quality, great tasting, and easy drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm done, man.
Why are you done?
I don't know what you had planned to talk about. But I don't want to talk about.
What are you going to talk about?
Oh man, can we just play the clip, Peter?
Just play it.
Trust me, just let it ride, Zach. Play.
You could. Yeah, Anthony Davis did it. A lot of people done it. And, Van Gundy, they got rid of him. I think it's about putting the right fit, the right people together.
I know back in the day, Alvin Gentry was actually going to give you a role.
I was going to talk
on the
about
team,
this.
On the coaching staff.
Yes.
This is what I was going to say.
Did. I think he'll still have his job if he did that. I also think that it's time. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Got a lot of love here, baby.
Yes. Well,
Yes, sir.
I think it's time they got to do something different, unique. You look at Tim Tebow. They brought him to play
as a tight end.
Because they looking at times is changing. The NBA is entertainment. I think it's time for me to be the first hip hop coach.
Come on, Pete. Let's go. Let's go.
That is exactly what I was going to talk about. So
bro,
we
just in sync, man. And people think we joking when we say we don't plan this.
No, we don't plan it. No,
we just roll this joint.
That's right. That's exactly what I was going to.
We ain't getting up early in the morning playing no show like you lames out here.
Yeah, no.
We got time for that. Anybody got time for that?
That's right. No, we just living. We just living,
vibing out here, man.
Just living, just vibing.
Just riding the vibe, man. Riding the energy.
It works out beautifully.
Yeah, P.
The first hip hop coach.
Come on, P.
The very first hip hop coach.
I'm just gonna be 100% honest with y'all, bro. If Master P is hired as the coach of the New Orleans Pelicans, it's gonna be awfully hard for me not to have multiple allegiance in the NBA, man. I'm just gonna be honest.
You're instantly gonna be the biggest Pelicans fan that's ever been.
And I'm the guy who hates the Pelicans. Make
them say,
Come on, man. P. Matter of fact, P, just buy the team, man. Don't eliminate the middleman. Just buy the team. No, call them the New Orleans Peas.
The soldiers. New Orleans soldiers.
Where my soldiers at, man? Come on. Rebrand everything, man. Come on.
Come out there wearing the fatigue uniforms. Come on, the Spurs did. Just have none but the fatigues out there.
Can you imagine?
White Reebok. Soldier Reebok. Man, I'm so down for it.
Make him say,
Man, I'm down for it.
Na, 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 na,
of course it won't happen.
Na, na,
it's just
na.
P kind of flexing his muscle. Like basically saying y'all need to get this right. Y'all need to hire the right coach. But
hearing that without anything else, it reminds me, P sounds a lot like Southern Jay-Z. Like if Jay-Z grew up in the South, that's exactly he sounds exactly like Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Very and similar businessman, very both business oriented.
Yeah,
can you imagine if that was the theme song, like the beginning of that song is like, man, make him say man, this ain't no mother P. And then like that's when they come out and like it's yeah, exactly, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Orleans Soldiers at starting guard, Romeo Miller. Shooting guard, Percy Miller Jr. Starting small forward, Percy Miller. Lurcy Miller as well.
And Zion Williamson.
And Zion Williamson.
The head coach of the Soldiers. It's
Head
none
coach of
other
the
than New
Soldiers.
Orleans' own.
Make him say, oh, it's Master P.
The general himself.
And he comes out like he's like, they all come out in a big tank.
Oh,
big
you
chrome
think
tank.
Penny came out in the smoke? You think Penny coming out in the smoke was a big deal?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every single game, he comes out in that tank.
Yeah,
He's
the
just
tank.
like, all right. The whole other team's like, yeah, okay. Jeez, it's going to take like 34 minutes for him to go around.
And then he's going to have, you remember when Master P had the No Limit Soldiers in WCW with Big Swole? And you remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man. Make it happen, bro.
Come
Make
on,
it happen.
man. He said he could change the game.
Just buy the team and make yourself the head coach, right? Come
No, but
on.
I was joking aside. Let's not act like Master P doesn't have any knowledge of the game, because Master P is probably the best non-NBA celebrity ever. I mean, we're talking about a dude who actually played in the NBA, not no African league. He played in the NBA.
He played a preseason game.
Yeah. Come on, man. Like, yeah.
I mean, like, no one else has done that. J. Cole.
Yeah.
No,
and people said that if Master P, like, if this is what he did full time, he would have been an NBA player. Like, it wasn't just like a publicity stunt. Like, if that's what he put his thought to, he could have made it in the NBA.
Yeah. He also says, you look at Tim Tebow, they brought him in to play as a tight end because they looking at times as changing.
Man, you ain't never lied. Hold on, bro.
I mean, that's beautiful. Think about that for a second.
Oh, my God. Chris said that Mama Mia will be the team. What was her name? Her name was Mama. What was her name?
Oh,
Mia
what was her
X,
name? Oh, yeah. Mia X. Yeah. Mia X, yeah. C. Murda, shooting coach.
Chris said that they had the Zion jalapeno cheddar and dill pickle wrap snacks. Oh man.
Oh man, it would be. I'd love to have. I mean, the coaching staff would be.
Man, they playing, bro.
Man.
Man, bro, like that. I don't care if we talk about nothing else today, bro. Master P, come on, man. I've generated the energy to create rivalries with the Pelicans and the Hawks via Twitter. I have to get
skills coach Silk the Shocker is out here.
Oh yeah. And oh man, head trainer, Mystical. Yeah,
Mr. Servon is going to be your
y'all ain't ready,
player development coach.
Mr. Servon.
Mr. Servon, come on now.
What was the guy's name? Cain and Abel.
Yeah. Cain and Abel. Yep.
You want to see Maggie Wiggle? You want to see Bobby Shake it like a dog.
You remember Moby Dick? They had Moby Dick that was on there.
Oh man!
Come on,
man! The joy of
True.
the joy of
True.
opening
The
up
real Untouchables.
Yep, the joy you would get from opening up a magazine, and there would be a 2-page layout of like millions of No Limit records that were coming over the next year.
I mean,
the rollouts. Yeah, man.
Slam magazine would just be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it would be just a
2-page
full-on
rollout
edition. Of this, that would just be a special edition.
And the album covers were just trash.
Incredible. Oh, yeah. Incredible. Get your collectible Mr. Servon cover. 3 people would buy it.
Oh, yeah. Mercedes.
But you know,
Skullduggery. Remember that dude?
Hold on, but say my favorite.
There was some real terrible. NWO, it's like Vincent in the NWO.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God.
And they had one banging song on their album. And like,
yeah.
Back in the day, Alvin Gentry was actually going to give you a role on the team, on the coaching staff.
Yes. Well, he should have did it. I think he'll still have his job if he did that.
Hey, bro, why are we joking? Like, bro, like, what are we, bro?
I mean, this is.
Come on, man.
This is genius, is what this is. Obviously, we're talking next level stuff right here.
Bro,
there's no
come
question.
on.
I mean, there's nobody else that could be the hip hop coach.
Hold on, 15.
Steve Kerr maybe could be the hip hop coach, but other than that,
Wait, I don't know what year this is. He said, "Congratulations to our 1998. Congratulations to our gold and platinum albums of 1998. It was 18 albums that were gold or platinum for No Limit.
What
in the world, man? Like, bro, God,
they had a moment. They had a moment, man. It was insane.
It was like an album came out every month.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If not more.
It genuinely was like the NWO, where you had a new member every day. Snoop came over.
Yep.
And was a No Limit soldier for a little while.
Yep.
Like what? Like Snoop on No Limit? That album was weird.
Yep.
The Game is to be told, not to be sold. I think was the name. Is the name of that album?
Remember that track?
They had the song Snoop-a-Fella. It was a weird. It was a weird fit, but I remember that.
Wow, we screwing
but
around.
That was like Bret Hart joining the NWO or
Yep.
something. Like it's just a weird fit. Like that's not the norm. But I guess I don't know. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
We need to see more of this, man. We need to see Juicy J as.
We're gonna see the world's first female head coach and the world's first hip hop head coach.
For sure, this year.
I mean, you talk about history. History made on two fronts.
Can the Grizzlies do anything with Paul and Juicy? Anything?
I think Gangsta Boo needs to be in the mix.
Yeah.
You could be the world's first female hip hop coach. I mean, that just gets two birds with one stone right there.
The Grizzlies have had a different lady assistant coach every year, every offseason. Maybe we can do Lady Boo this summer. Coach Ramen, I'm sure I got a promotion due. That's what we do, man. You get a job on the Grizzlies.
Get LeChat also.
LeChat,
Why not? Yeah. Let's get everybody.
Get Tommy Wright, daddy. See what he's doing.
Tommy Wright Jr.
Right. Not Tommy Wright.
Is that right?
Tommy Wright.
Not Tommy Wright third. Tommy Wright Jr. Tommy Wright.
Man, bro, like nothing brings me joy than new Master P goes.
I love it. He is. I mean, you talk about a guy that's next level. Woo, baby, come on.
All the ballers
in your neighborhood. But we are joking around like Master P ain't got two sons that's about to be playing college basketball next year. Come on, man.
Are they both going to TSU, right?
I think they're both going to TSU.
Yeah.
Hersey.
Will they be here for the Southern Heritage Classic?
I certainly hope
bro,
so.
If I can meet Master P, bro, I'm done. Like I would, man. Come on, man. If I could get a Master P interview. You know what? I think I know how we could get Master P on the show. Hold on.
Okay.
After the break, I'm gonna make this happen.
Okay. All right. Let's think about that. As we head to the break, one thing we could definitely do is send a little Central Barbecue his way. I think he wouldn't be upset about that at all. If you want to kind of try to maybe make him feel a little bit better.
All right. You send that man some Central Barbecue. You look up that junk called P's Barbecue the next day.
I know. I was gonna say you gotta be careful.
I went down to Memphis, had that good barbecue. Next thing you know, I had to go ahead and give me one out here.
Central Barbecue, we're gonna try to open it up for him because smoke is their sauce.
Oh, come on now.
P knows about that. He wants all that smoke. There's no question about it. You can combine that'd be a great combination for sure. The combination that those dry rub spices that they do is just a little something special, and they marinate all day long and then slow smoke it over hickory and pecan. No sauce, none of that stuff. It's all smoke and it all tastes fantastic. And there's no substitute for time and expertise. And they combine those two things every day. You go by the pits, you smell it, you say, this is just spectacular. And of course, folks online you can order and send it anywhere, including down to New Orleans, because they ship it anywhere in the continental United States. It's a great way to go. Check it out. Fabulous wings, fabulous ribs, amazing pulled pork, amazing brisket. It's all there for you. Central Barbecue. 4 locations, Central Summer, downtown, East Memphis, and online at CBQ. EatCBQ.com. Good stuff. We will I think if we send some down there, I think we're going to immediately get a response. So something to think about right there. I'm just giving you a heads up there, Anthony Singh.
I got you. We can make that happen. Man, Master P needs to be in the NBA, bro. Like I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Like, how do we know Master P really couldn't coach his team? We just saw Steve Nash just like on the sideline vibing.
We don't know. I mean, I think there are. I don't think he would be the worst coach in NBA history.
Doing it for his city, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know that he'd be.
It's a different thing when you're doing it for your hometown.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be the best coach in NBA history, but I don't think he'd be the worst. So, I mean, that is, there is that. So that's exciting. Yeah, I think it's. I'd love to see it.
But seriously though, a college team should hire Master P though. Like if you want a boost, hire Master P as your head coach.
Okay.
TSU, think about it.
Let's say.
Think about it. You got his son.
JSU, TSU.
Think about it.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's campaigning for that.
He could be.
Who knows?
He could be. All right. So when we come back, we will wrap it up, and I've got a little something to give away on the other side too. So you want to stick around for that. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Sports Time with Wallo and Stacks. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh-made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I better mama never told her why.
Yep.
She never told her why.
You ever thought about that? Like you talk about Uptown, like Harbor Town is like the end of North Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
North, Parkway, right?
Something to think about.
Hmm.
Like you can be in the hood and like just keep driving down the street and then you're like in one of the most, bragged about parts of town to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Just thoughts that cross my mind sometimes. You could be like, North Memphis turns into Harbor Town. Anyway. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Deep thoughts with it.
I
always think about I do think about the Summer Avenue, and when it turns into Parkway, when it crosses East Parkway and turns into North Parkway, the dividing line there between the gas station, the former adult entertainment theater, and some other stuff there on that road, and then right across the street is like the lap of luxury. And some beautiful palatial homes.
It's crazy.
It's very
man.
it's quite jarring, the closeness of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It is something to think about. Here's something else to think about. If you want to do good and you want to have some fun, you can be part of the St. Louis Catholic Church Hole in One, the traditional fun charity festival that is going on right now. And in fact, over the next couple of days, you will get a chance. They've been doing it, of course, over at St. Louis Church, 203 South White Station. They'll continue to do it. Your chance to win a whole bunch of money, prizes, good stuff. It's a traditional event. It's fantastic. And what we're going to do is give away some buckets of balls. I got a couple buckets of balls to give away for you to take some swings at that hole in one, and maybe get yourself a big old check at the end of the thing. Here's what we're going to do. Caller number 1 and caller number 7 in honor of the Grizzlies picking 17th. It's the lottery day.
There it is.
So caller number 1 and caller number 7 at 360-8255. All you got to do is be caller number 1 and caller number 7 at 360-8255. You get a large bucket of balls at the St. Louis Church Hole in One. Zach is going to get your info for you, and you'll get an opportunity to take those home and have a little fun. It's going to be a great time for everybody. Great event too. A great chance to and today is a perfect day. So I'd go out there today if I were you at the 360-8255 because man, it is like weather-wise, it's not going to get a whole lot better. Right now, it's about 70, 71, perfect sunny, going to be a nice day all day. So I would say definitely head out there today, tonight, go have some fun. Caller number 1, caller number 7, 360-8255. All right, Anthony saying, as we mentioned, it is a special day. There's a lot to discuss. Our friend Chris, Southern Redlegs on Twitter says Master P would bring the Mall Memphis back, would have Crystal Palace popping every weekend.
Yeah, he would.
Crystal Palace. Ooh, I forgot all about Crystal Palace.
I don't want Master P for myself, man. New Orleans, you deserve Master P. For real, man. Like
Texter says we could have beeper night. Show your beeper and get a free drink.
Yeah, but you gotta have like an upside down word in there. Like somebody's got to text you.
Yeah. Someone texts like
304
143 143. You know what that means? You remember that 143?
I love you.
Yep, that's right. 143, and then of course you got 911. You got to be careful with that one.
Oh yeah, can't play with them.
No, this isn't.
58008.
58008 means boobs if you turn it upside down. It's great. Great stuff.
Eli just walked. Every time Eli walks in, I think everybody's in trouble. Or something like something's about to like shut down or something.
He's just talking to you.
Yeah.
He's just talking to Zach. He's just talking to Zach because Greg's not here.
Because I've seen Eli come in and just like pushing buttons, and I'm like, oh crap, what happened?
Yeah, he's taking care of business.
We on the air?
Eli's taking care of business.
Oh yeah.
Don't even
busy man.
Don't even worry about that.
Not at all.
All right, tonight is of course the draft lottery before Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Who do you want to win the lottery? Forget about who's going to win, all that stuff, because it's all just a roll. It's literally a bounce of the ping pong balls. Who do you want to win the lottery?
Detroit.
Who deserves it?
Detroit.
Detroit does deserve it.
Yeah, I like my boy. What's the GM's name?
Troy Weaver.
Yeah, my boy Weaver. Every time I hear Troy Weaver's name, there was another dude named Weaver who was a player that had like some braids. You remember him?
I do know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Because when I first saw it, I was like, dang, that dude's a GM? Like, how old am I? But then I saw the face, I was like, nah, they ain't the same dude. I want to say his name was Troy Weaver, too. Tony Weaver or something like that. Hold on, bro.
I don't remember.
But I'm pulling for them, man.
Okay, so you're pulling for the Detroit Pistons.
Kyle Weaver is what I'm thinking about, I believe.
Kyle Weaver? Yeah,
Let me
Kyle
see.
Weaver, fantastic. Zach, who do you want to? Who will? Zach's distracted. Who do I think deserves to win the lottery? I think Charlotte deserves to win it because the way they approach this season, they really they made a good run at it. I think I would like to see Minnesota jump up because I don't want to see Golden State get another high pick. So I would like to see Minnesota do that. I think that would be very interesting. For the love of God, I don't want to see Golden State jump up. They only have a 2.4% chance to jump into the top four, but there is that slight chance. I would hate that. And I really don't want to see Houston win it for whatever reason. I just don't. I feel bad for Steven Silas, but I just don't. Houston doesn't interest me, and then they're within the division.
I don't want to see them folks get nothing.
Part of me perversely wants to see the Thunder get 2 picks and just see what happens.
Yeah,
because I think that could unlock even more trades.
If the Thunder get one of these top picks, man, like it's time for a rebrand, man. Y'all have the ugliest uniform, color scheme, logo, just trash. They need a total rebrand, like for real. Like you're the Thunder. Like your colors should be like navy blue and gold. Like it should be like the Chargers. What are you doing? Like orange, gold, baby blue. Like get out of here, man. Like come on, Toronto. I mean not Toronto. Come on, Oklahoma City. Come on, man.
You summoned me, Peter? You called my name while I was writing.
Who do you want to win the draft?
I said, who do you want? Who do you think deserves to win the draft? Who do you or the draft lottery? Who do you want to win?
I mean, like Detroit is a good one. I said, I want to say Orlando, but they got a lot of good. They got a lot of good talent on that team the last couple of years. So they're not. I don't think they really starved for a talented guard, but all teams need it. I think I'm going with Toronto. I think if not Detroit, then I think Toronto. I want
them to get nothing. They already got gifted the championship.
I mean, yeah, they got gifted the championship, but then like afterwards, they got decimated by injuries, man.
Yeah, who cares?
And then Lowry is older, and so I just want to see Toronto.
Now, the
better, man.
Raptors are still a failed NBA experiment. The remnants of a failed NBA experiment. The NBA ain't supposed to be in no freaking Toronto. Get out of here. I'm not pulling for that crap.
I don't think anybody talking about Memphis should be talking about NBA not being
NBA just let's go global. Let's go to Canada. Crap didn't work.
Yeah, it worked just fine.
Let's
Toronto's like the best market.
It is.
Toronto's like one of the best markets.
Yeah, they're an incredible market.
Toronto's an incredible market.
The incredible city. I've never been there, but I everything I've heard about it is that it's extremely dope.
It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But you realize we didn't list the Western Conference team as far as getting like who do you want to see?
Oh, because the NBA is y'all see the vibes. The NBA is about to repopulate the East right now, man. Come on, y'all know how this conspiracy stuff go.
Or try to balance out the
they're about to load up the East right now. But this is a draft that they're going to do that here.
Well, I think it's worth noting also just to let you know some of the situations. The Timberwolves right now are slated in the 6th spot, but that pick it will go to Golden State unless it jumps up into the top 3, not top 4, like most picks are these days. Top 3. So theoretically, Golden State could end up with a top 4 pick in this draft. That's possible. Then you have Chicago, who has traded their pick to Orlando, and that is protected 1 through 4. So Chicago will lose their pick unless it goes top 4. You also have to consider that as well. And then we mentioned with Houston's pick that is protected 1 through 4, or else it goes to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City has kind of a complicated draft situation going right here where they get the two best of Oklahoma City's pick, Houston's pick, or Miami's pick. Mm-hmm. So depending on how the lottery goes, whatever the two best picks of those, apart from 1 through 4, are going to go to Houston, and then Houston can also swap its pick with Brooklyn. Not that it's going to, but they could as part of the Harden deal.
Yep, can't wait to see what happens. We can talk about it tomorrow. We'll see.
There's a lot of possibilities. A lot of possibilities out there.
You know what else we can talk about? We can see who gets what and see who the Grizzlies can trade up with. If they
that's the other thing. That's what makes this so exciting because once, even though the Grizzlies are not going to, obviously not going to win the lottery, it then kind of sets the tone for the rest of the league and starts the draft and trade talks really going because once people know where they are, then they know what trading their pick really means. So we'll talk about that.
We still need caller number 7. We still need caller
number 7. Okay, 360-8255. Jump in. Caller number 7, 360-8255. Win that large bucket of balls for the St. Louis Golf Hole-in-One Challenge. Thanks to Clayton Collier. Thanks to all you guys for listening here in the Family Leisure Studios. Have yourself a great Tuesday.